extremely sensitive surface is unlikely to rubber in effectively, further reducing grip levels. Teams rely heavily on simulations and pre-race preparation to anticipate tyre behaviour, but aggressive tyre warming techniques, tyre pressure variations, and just vigilant monitoring of tyre wear will be crucial under these conditions. The cold temperatures at the Las Vegas Grand Prix not only affect car performance, but also bring safety implications.
Indeed. Hopefully,
the likelihood of locking up, cars running wide, and potential collisions increase, demanding enhanced driver skills and tactical acumen.
It's a
true test of a driver's ability to navigate these challenging conditions safely and efficiently. In the world of high-speed racing, the physical condition of the driver is as crucial as the performance of the car. During colder races such as the Las Vegas night event, maintaining dexterity in the hands is vital for drivers to manage complex controls. Hand warmers, although seemingly simple, play a critical role in this aspect. Modern hand warmers in F1 are really sophisticated devices. They utilise materials like phase change compounds or battery-powered elements, offering controlled and sustained heat. By ensuring that the driver's hands remain agile and responsive, hand warmers directly impact the precision with which drivers can steer, shift gears, and operate the car's intricate systems. Shifting focus to the car itself, let's talk about aerodynamics, specifically the wings. As a Las Vegas track characterised by its higher speed nature and long straights generally favours a low downforce configuration. This is because a slimmer wing reduces drag, allowing for higher speeds on the straights. Therefore, teams face a critical challenge. They must find a balance between increasing the wing size to generate tyre heat and keeping it slim for maximum speed. This dilemma underscores the complexity of wing design in F1 racing. The need for a careful balance between downforce for tyre warmth and reduced downforce for speed is heightened in the cold conditions of the Las Vegas Grand Prix. The teams must carefully strategize their wing configurations to address these competing demands, making the Las Vegas race a significant aerodynamic and thermal management challenge. Beyond the technical challenges, the Las Vegas Grand Prix also does raise some environmental concerns. The construction of the track and the associated removal of trees have sparked debate amongst fans and environmentalists. This situation highlights the tension between the sports entertainment value and its environmental impact. Let me know in the comments if this is something that you particularly care about. It also reflects the broader conversation about Formula One's role in promoting sustainability while expanding its global footprint. The Las Vegas Grand Prix signifies a significant step in Formula One's growth as the sport seeks to blend traditional racing with entertainment-focused events. This evolution is indicative of Formula One's willingness to explore new markets and adapt to changing audience preferences, albeit with a careful consideration of environmental impacts. So where does that leave us for the Las Vegas Grand Prix? Well, the Las Vegas Grand Prix introduces a new dimension of challenge to Formula 1 racing. The cold desert temperatures will demand adaptations in tyre and brake management, aerodynamics, and driver comfort. This race will test the ingenuity and adaptability of the teams and drivers in a way that a few other races do. Some teams may come out on top, some teams may lose out. Success in Las Vegas will require a holistic approach, balancing the technical aspects with human factors. The teams that best understand and adapt to these unique conditions will likely emerge on top. The race not only adds excitement and unpredictability to the Formula 1 season, but also underscores the sport's continuous evolution and the ever-present need for innovation and strategic thinking. If you've enjoyed this video so far, please do hit that subscribe button and let me know what you think in the comments. What are your thoughts on how these conditions will affect the race? Let me know, and don't forget to follow for more F1 content. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next race. Welcome everyone. Today's topic is of course the Las Vegas Grand Prix, but it's not the usual race buzz that we're going to be discussing. The Las Vegas Grand Prix is a novel addition to the Formula 1 calendar, but it's set to challenge teams and drivers in unprecedented ways due to its cold desert temperatures. In this video, I delve into the multifaceted technical challenges posed by these conditions, particularly focusing on tyre dynamics, the brake systems, aerodynamics, and also driver comfort. Drawing on insights from industry experts, the discussion will illuminate how teams must adapt their strategies and technologies to succeed in this unique environment. Will we get an unexpected winner of the Las Vegas Grand Prix? So at the heart of F1 racing lies the critical element of tyre management. Tyres, sophisticated in their design, face a significant challenge in the Las Vegas Grand Prix due to the cold conditions. F1 tyres are extremely sensitive to temperature variations. Their performance peaks within a specific temperature window, which becomes a significant hurdle in cold conditions like those in Las Vegas. Pirelli, who were the tyre supplier for F1, addressed this by providing softer compounds. However, maintaining the grip levels in lower ambient and track temperatures remains a substantial challenge. Teams may employ strategies like tyre blankets to preheat tyres to about 158 degrees Fahrenheit, ensuring they are close to their optimal working temperature at the start. Maintaining this temperature during the race, especially during lower activity phases, is complex and demands continuous adjustment. Another crucial component in the high-speed world of F1 is, of course, the braking system. The carbon brake discs used in these cars require a high temperature range to function optimally, but in the colder conditions of the Las Vegas night, reaching and maintaining these temperatures can be very tricky, leading to issues like brake fade or insufficient braking power. To combat this, teams must employ various strategies, including adjusting brake ducts and brake balance to retain heat without sacrificing stability. The carbon brake discs used in F1 cars require a temperature range of 500 to 600 degrees centigrade for optimal performance. However, in colder conditions like those anticipated in Las Vegas, the brakes will struggle to reach those temperatures. This can lead to reduced braking effects known as brake fade or insufficient bite if the tyres are too cold. Teams utilise various strategies to manage brake temperatures. Adjusting brake ducts and brake balance helps retain heat in colder races. However, it's crucial to balance these adjustments to prevent braking instability. Brake ducts also play a pivotal role in managing brake temperatures, a task that becomes even more complex in the cold desert conditions of Las Vegas. The key is to find the right balance between cooling the brakes to avoid overheating and retaining enough heat for optimal performance. This requires precise tuning of airflow through the brake ducts, especially during high-speed sections of the track. Brake ducts are essential in regulating the temperature of brakes and indirectly the tyres. In the cold desert night of Las Vegas, smaller brake ducts may be employed to maintain brake heat, which is then...
I can't stand that guy. Right. Sorry, I'm getting my tyres changed in my car. I need to change the time, but it's all good. Okay. Where do we even start? Where do we even start? Chat. Welcome Chai, welcome Kate, Bebop, George Rogers. Who else is in the house? Atmospheric, Lynn, Charles and Carlos, WTF. Hi, I'm C's here, Keegan's here, Rich is in here, it's in Dallas, not too far. Keegan went to the Austin GP. Let us know how that was. SC Yank 7 watching from Kansas but dozing off. I don't know what they've done here with the timing. Does this timing work for anyone in the world? How have they chosen a slot that works for no one? And are we live, everyone? Are we actually live? Who else we got in the house with us this morning? Funky Monkey is here having a sanitary pit stop. King's here as well. Dutch Lion in the house. Kim in the house as well. Rafa 5NL says, remember me. I'm afraid I don't. GP Daug. Susie K in the house as well. And various other peoples. Snowline's here watching from the ICU. Well, we're all happy that Snowline's doing well, hopefully. Where do we start with the Las Vegas Grand Prix? So firstly, how have they chosen a time that works for literally no one? I don't understand. And I'm going to guess that the cars are too loud, aren't they?
Yellow's ahead. Yellow flags. Okay.
Is that better on the car front? Because I believe... I have no idea what the time is. What is the time? 7:26. I believe... let's just do our timer now. It won't quite be in time, but we'll do it. 34 minutes away from qualifying. JD's here. It's 8:30. So it's a peak New Zealand start. That's why they've done it. It's absolute New Zealand prime time. Yes, we are live. Good. Cliff is a Ferrari fan. One of the Tifosi here. Austin was fun to watch, but I left upset that day. Let us know why. Vlatka's here as well. Let's send our best wishes to Vlatka in the chat, who we're hoping is doing well. Ashley G starts in 34 minutes. Yes. Okay, so we are on track for the first qualifying at the very first Las Vegas Grand Prix. No one really knows what's going to happen, but let me run you through the FP2 times. How about that? Let's see. Also, these starts are way too... I don't know. How did I do Japan? How did I stream Japan? I mean... Whew. Japan was even earlier than this, right? I felt like one time I woke up at 4 or like 3:30 a.m. Am I overdoing that? Okay, so George Russell topped FP2 in his Mercedes, obviously, and Oscar Piastri was second. Logan Sargent, the American driver for Williams, was third. And there was a red flag as I think Alex Albon lost his tyre and it rolled down the track. Let me get the exact standings up. Sorry, FP3 I should say. So it was a 34-0 for George Russell, and he was 4/10 ahead, almost exactly, of Oscar Piastri. So do the Mercedes have some pace? Hard to tell because Lewis Hamilton was down in 8th. Where was Max Verstappen? He was in P4. So Verstappen was in P4 with a 134.6. So will we be getting in the 133s in qualifying? You'd imagine so, as the track... Actually, you don't know because the track's getting colder, isn't it? The track is getting colder, if you've seen my videos. Like the one left. We can probably lose the disclaimer, can't we? Or we can make the disclaimer smaller. Where's the disclaimer? Here we go. Don't need such a big disclaimer today. Let's pop the disclaimer there. Because I don't actually have Las Vegas in my F1 Manager copy on this PC. What else have we got? Drain cover gate. Yes, indeed, the drain cover. Which, have people seen the apology? I want to put the apology up on screen. I want to put the apology on screen, chat, and I don't know how to do that. Well, that's a complete lie. I do know how to do it. I just go here. So, why don't we get the F1 apology on screen? Las Vegas... Wait, it's not an apology. It's not an apology. That's the thing. They should have apologized, and they didn't. And it's a disgrace. Oh, we can get into this. We can get into this as we're not sponsored. Get me this. Where's this apology? F1 News. F1 Latest on their website. Where's your damn apology? Fix the damn car. Where is it? An event update. An event update. So, let me get you this. Right, so. Bear with me, chat.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, here we go. This is... How do I make that bigger? Ah, look at me. Streaming pro. I'm even going to get it very nice like this, look. Super nice. Welcome Kati Uchi as well. Professor Lodger says 2:30 AM. I think I'll be falling asleep for quali. Well, I don't blame you. Isabel dead inside. Dead inside. Wait, I thought quali was tomorrow. It's all confusing because of the time zone difference. Like, I was in Las Vegas a few months ago and I got absolutely battered by the time zone. Hi, MC. I almost threw my TV remote at the TV after they cancelled FP1. genuine PlayStation moment. The same chat is just absolutely popping off. I need to hang out in chat. Mickle says works out for Australia, very nice. Martin Baker works out great for Asia Pacific. So basically, it's an Asia Pacific race. You guys and girls are loving it. Ashley G's predicting Lando's going to get the first dub this weekend. Well, who's going to get the very first win in Las Vegas? Could it be the Ferraris? Maybe Carlos Sainz. Absolute redemption. Kate is curious how Max will drive today. Yeah, Max has been slating the track. Oh, I've got to move that. Oh, no. Messed that up big time. There we go. Put that there. I want to get the other apology up. In fact, let me do that. So you can see this one. I say apology. They're not apologies. They are not apologies. Where are they? I've been a bit active on Twitter. I've been fairly active on Twitter, I'd say. Okay. Can you see this, chat? Can you see this? So, yes, I've been in the hospital since my extensive cancer surgery on 31st of October. I'm still in the intensive care unit of the surgical oncology department in the hospital since October 31st. More than 2 weeks. We're very glad that Snowline is doing well. Davina James, hi gang, hi Keith. Good to be back with you. Very good as well. Very good to have you in. George, at least, well, let's not spoil it, George. Let's not spoil it. Now, this is what I want to show you. I want to get... Look, we're not sponsored here. We don't have any paymasters that we need to toe the line to. We can say what we want, chat. No worries, Speed. We can say what we want, okay? What do we make of this? This came out, I was up late. Which was stupid, but it was. So, Renee Wilm, who's CEO of the Las Vegas Grand Prix. By the way, the Las Vegas Grand Prix, if you don't know, is promoted by Formula One. So, normally, every other Formula One race is promoted by a local promoter who... They know the local infrastructure, they know the local council or whatever it is, county. They know all that kind of stuff. They know they have all the relationships, and they're kind of normally very good at just getting stuff done and smoothing things over. The local promoter, and the local promoter gets all the money. But for Vegas, this is the first time that Formula One is the promoter. And I remember speaking with people in Formula One, so not working Formula One, but around Formula One. Almost 2 years ago when I was in Barcelona and Monaco last year, and they were saying Formula One just will not be able to do this. They do not understand what it means to be a promoter. They just don't get it. So worth bearing in mind that the Las Vegas Grand Prix is a Formula One entity. So this is all Formula One. Because what you would have normally, like we had at Imola, and remember Imola when we did the live stream for Imola this year? Formula One would be blaming the promoter, and the promoter would be blaming Formula One. Think back to Spa as well. But here it's all Formula One, so there's no separate promoter to palm the blame off on, or inversely a promoter to say, "Hey, this is all Formula One's fault." JD's hoping for Charles to win. A girl can dream. Well, let's hope that it's a good result for the Tifosi. So, our top priority at Formula One is this. So that's why they're jointly issuing this statement.
Yellow's ahead.
And the local promoter, in this case, the Las Vegas Grand Prix, which is the Formula One Las Vegas Grand Prix. Let's go over here. Last night, approximately 9 minutes into the first free practice session, a water valve cover broke on the straight on Las Vegas Boulevard. At that time, the FIA... Let's blame someone else. Let's blame someone else, chat. I want to hear your thoughts on this in the comments, by the way. At that time, the FIA, who is responsible, not us, obviously, for the safe running of the activities on the circuit... Let me just censor that. Stop the session, so it's the FIA's fault, so that we could look at the broken water valve cover and inspect the track. This has happened on occasion at other tracks, at other races around the world. This isn't that unusual. This happens all the time. Stop blaming us. This is basically par for the course. That's what they're saying. Just going to translate this into plain English. From the precautionary step of removing all the water valve covers on the entire track and filling them with sand and asphalt was undertaken. The entire process from determination of the issue to remediation took approximately 5 hours. That was a drama yesterday if you saw my videos. If you didn't see my videos, make sure you got the notification bell on, because I've been doing a lot of F1 videos. You guys and girls have been asking for it, so I've been doing it this week. The decision to remediate in this way was taken out of an abundance of caution and because the safety of drivers, marshals and officials and of our fans, like our fans are at the end, is always our highest priority. We thank the contractors who worked expeditiously to resolve the situation so quickly. Welcome to our new subscribers. Welcome Sharkin as well. As a result, the first free practice ended early. We moved ahead with the second free practice session. Ended early is one way of putting it. Saying you only got 9 minutes of running is another. The decision to run the second free practice session at 2:30 AM, which by the way means it finished at 4 AM, and I've been speaking with engineers in Formula 1 teams, and they're telling me that there are people that have flown into Las Vegas to work on as engineers and with the teams that will not see daylight until they land back in their country. I mean, it's kind of what you sign up for, but interesting. And this is a really interesting wording. Was supported by all parties to ensure the sporting integrity of the remainder of the event. Supported by all parties. But hang on a second. Who are the parties here? The safety of drivers, trackside marshals, officials, and our fans. Or were the fans consulted on starting at 2:30? We'd like to thank the drivers, mechanics, and all the teams. Now we've lost the fans. We've lost the fans, everyone. Logic says you use flex tape. Yeah, Carlos Sainz is going to get a 10-place penalty, by the way, for that. We'll get onto that. It's madness. For their patience and commitment, we're not thanking the fans for their patience and commitment, because we don't care about the fans. Last night to ensure that we could run the session successfully. Now, let us turn to the fan experience. Welcome, Ali. Welcome, Brian, as well. Here we go. Let us turn to the fan experience. As I need to... The delay in the start of the second free practice session from midnight to 2:30 AM created risks for our employees and our fans. That, you can say the least, that. Yes. We made the decision to close the fan areas that are under Las Vegas Grand Prix's purview at 1:30 AM and send fans home by gunpoint, apparently. Well, that's just basically police in America. Let us explain why. I hate that wording. Chat. Chat, what do we think of this wording? Let us explain why. I find it very condescending. Maybe I'm too invested. By the way, as someone who's been to 2 Formula 1 races last year, been to WEC this year, been to a lot of Formula E this year, this does put me off going to Formula. If this is how the fans are treated, you are at a higher risk of not seeing a race, essentially. Yeah, Isabel Paflug confirming, yeah, $200 gift certificate. We'll get onto that. First, we were concerned about our public safety and security officials who had been in service, thank you for your service, for a long time, and who were being asked to work for the next 3 nights, aka we had no contingency. Even though Las Vegas is a 24-hour city, we had no contingency, which maybe is something they should have done because it's such a high-profile event, they would have been covered. We thank Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. By the way, when you go to Las Vegas, it is genuinely a 24-hour city. Like, you can be in the casino, it's just like you don't even know what time it is. We thank the Police Department, Department of Public Works, and other public safety officials for their incredible support during the event and also to reopen the track. Not a lot of thanks to the fans for coming out yet. C says, it comes across as condescending to me too. This will be our final word on the subject. Yeah, it's one of those, isn't it? Second, we were concerned about our transportation transportation employees who are responsible for driving our fans back to hotels. Well, I want to be clear about this. So, I know there's a bridge that goes into the track, into the paddock, but I suspect most fans who bought a ticket for free practice 1 and or 2 did not buy it with a not getting driven back to their hotel. That's my experience of Vegas. Like, there are a lot of things you can do, activities in Vegas that you know, you get free transportation, but I feel like that's for paddock people that will come with a, we're going to drive you back to the win or wherever. So I feel like they sort of assumed everyone was getting a drive back. Finally, our hospitality staff needed the ability to clean and resupply our guest areas. aka, you fans were too messy. You fans were just too messy, and we needed to clean and resupply the filth that you peasants had left behind in the grandstands. Ugh. People in the grandstands. Ugh. No, hang on. So the fan experience is optimal for everyone over the coming days. Well, we'll be the judge of that. We know this was disappointing. Oh, recoil. Cliff says, ow. How many Ferrari fans do we have in the chat? I would like to know. I would like to know. Chat, what do we think of the statement so far? Welcome Gary as well. Chaya says, the apology feels like we had to put out a statement. It doesn't feel genuine. It feels like a lawyered statement. It feels like the lawyers have had their mitts all over it. We know this is disappointing. We know. Stop making a fuss. Everyone knows it was disappointing. Welcome Evie. Isabel Paflug. Honestly, I feel like they threw everyone out to have a reason for the empty grandstands. Aidenator, that's terrible. By the way, so many members in the house. Love to see it. That's terrible. Just give the fans a refund, simple. They spent a lot of money to get turned away because the FIA can't check the track for damages, and all that kind of stuff is silly. C says the FIA apology is a load of bull poop. Strong words. We hope our fans will understand, based on this explanation, that we had to balance many interests, including the safety and security of all participants. We don't trust you. Fans, we don't trust you to exist and not riot or just desecrate the place unless you are closely guarded at all times, and we could no longer afford to pay guards to guard you. Do we agree with my summary there? Fans, we had to kick you out because we no longer felt safe from you, because we were no longer protected by you, by virtue of there being no hospitality staff. There are no hospitality staff in grandstands. Grandstands, you go, you sit, you go home. You don't need more than a skeleton security staff there. And they'll do it for overtime. What is going on? I feel like... Oh, we're almost there. Let's finish this. We've all been to events. Silly fans. We've all been. No, I haven't. This is the first event I've been to. I've saved up to go to Las Vegas. I can't afford to go to a concert and games and stuff like that. I'm a Formula 1 fan for many years, living in the west side of the United States. I've driven many hours to be at Las Vegas. I paid for a Thursday ticket because it's the most affordable ticket. And now you're saying that I just swan around going to events all the time. This is nothing because I'm going to be at the Sphere next week seeing you too. It's not... I feel like they don't... I feel like Formula 1 doesn't... I feel like no one in a decision-making role at Formula 1 at a fundamental level understands what it's like to be a fan of the sport and not be some multi-millionaire or really rich person, but just want to enjoy the racing. And I feel like they don't... I feel like Formula 1 don't understand why people care about watching free practice. It's a whole thing. It's like, oh, let's do sprint race on a Saturday because people only like racing, or the racing is the only thing, so just screw all the qualifying and making, let's just get more racing in. is that they don't understand. They genuinely don't understand. This whole statement is like, what are you complaining about? You go to events all the time and stuff happens like this. Just get over it. And we'll give you a $200 voucher to spend on really expensive merchandise that cost like $5 to make. Just go away. We've all been to events like concert games and even other Formula 1 races. Yeah, we've all been to other... Everyone's been to multiple Formula 1 races. Duh. That have been cancelled because of factors like weather or technical issues. Well, weather's an external factor. Weather's a bit different. When it floods at Imola, that's a little bit different. That's an act of God, as they say. A force majeure. It happens. So this statement should have said, we're really sorry. We're really sorry. We messed up here. We should have, in hindsight, we should have secured these manhole drain covers things in a different way. And we're going to give you a refund. We want the Vegas experience to be, the absolute best sporting experience in the world. And frankly, we fell short tonight. And we put our hands up. And we want to make it good. We're going to give you either the opportunity to get a ticket next year to the same session or a refund. Your choice. Will be in contact. Again, we're very sorry. Instead, it happens. It happens, everyone. Davina James, F1 has become very greedy, very mean, and very disconnected from fans. On top of Red Bull domination, this is not good for the sport. Arctic Nick says, I am confident that legally the Formula 1 management are culpable and would in court be obligated to return the ticket fees. Well, we will get onto that in this statement. They have a legal contract to provide a service which could argue has not been upheld. Well, they say here... Well, there was somewhere... It was in the first one. They said that a session was completed or something, which is just not true on, like, any level. George Russell is here with his lady. Very nice. The man who finished fastest. Hi, MC. They priced out the real fans, thus emoty grandstands. The grandstands were very emoty indeed. And Isabel Paflug says, the whole Las Vegas GP is just very badly organised. They need to hire some more Type A people. I think there is a culture where it's sort of a yes person culture. So you don't have people saying, hang on, no, can we just rethink that? It's all a bit of a... People sort of swanning around the globe thinking that they own the place. It's a little bit, dare I say. I know you might expect me to be like, oh, this whole thing's really American. But it's a little bit British in terms of just like, we'll just go anywhere in the world and people will move out the way for us and we'll act like it's our home. And then we'll go back and just, leave it in chaos. A little bit of a British thing, maybe. I think I can say that. Sky now advertising all the hotels. I mean, Sky. Guys. Tech news. You can't possibly just be getting around seeing what F1 has always been about. I can guarantee F1 has not always been about this. Bebop, the spirit of the race will survive this hyper-capitalism phase like a teething child, mark my words. George says, did you see Total Wolf? What a movie that was. Popping off. It's only FP1. Nobody in Europe's watching anyway. I think there's well, who cares? It's free practice. For the people that paid a lot of money to be there. I've been lucky to go to quite a few F1 races. And I often go on a Thursday because I like Formula 1 and I want to see the cars and I want to appreciate how fast they are and see the drivers and, maybe get a few autographs. And I see people that have bought Paddock Club and everything for the Thursday, and there will have been people here and... Yeah. Yusuf Marla says they only care about the money. Arctic Nick, I used to work in motorsport and F1 as an official, and I am disgusted. Chaya says, the one thing that irks me about the voucher is that they will just get their money back. People just won't spend that $200. I would... Well, hang on, I'm not advising anyone. But I would suspect that if you spend the $200, you won't be able to participate in any
future settlement. So that's my thoughts on that. 12 minutes quali, yes indeed. 12 minutes qualifying, everyone. Karun Chandok is there with a coat on, so maybe it is. Is it a single digit? Is it single digit? This is as late. Well, how cold was it yesterday at 4 a.m.? People agreeing with Isabel Paflug, saying he's been spewing the same thing as all Liberty Media employees. Oh my goodness me. Well, I am certainly not a Liberty Media employee, so I just say it how it is. Just say it how it is. Brad Pitt's here! Brad Pitt has been spotted the Apex, and Ron Howard. It's the Apex GP crew. I don't know if you saw my tweet, everyone. By the way, if you're not following me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter, at KirethK. Follow me right now. And you'll see me tweeting at 3 a.m. last night when I should have been sleeping. Welcome Craig as well from Croatia. Davina says, I think Vegas has failed. It's at night and the backdrop is concrete barriers and wire catch fencing. I haven't seen a lot of the on-track action, so I'm interested now to see how it's going to look. It could be Saudi Arabia. Don't say that to the last... Don't say that. Probably could be the inner streets of Birmingham. Isabel Flug, I agree with the British comparison. I think F1 should go to racetracks rather than more street races. Formula E has had its own issues like this. Think back to Vancouver. But I feel like because it's a bit more lower key, it sort of just goes in and does the street circuit and goes out. I think Formula 1 is such a big circus. It's so big. Lewis Hamilton's on the run. Lewis Hamilton is on the run to the garage. Or the garage. There's a McLaren F1 car in a swimming pool on top of one of the hotels. So how they're going to get that down in time, I do not know. Good luck. Drive it off, maybe. Okay. Fast and the Furious. Inanimate carbon rod, meet your arch nemesis, inanimate drain hole cover. I think inanimate drain hole cover for president, frankly. Lewis Hamilton's still on the run. Tech News saying it will all work out better second year. Right, let me get this all ready. Hang on a second. How do I... Look at us now, chat. Look at us now. Anyway, I wanted to go through the non-apology because I felt like we should. Welcome to Needed Drifts. Oh, I thought you were talking about me as well, Plug. Just spewing the same... I'm just spewing the corporate line here. What would the corporate line be? The corporate line would be... Guys, drain hole covers all the time. Like, Baku... I mean, literally happens all the time. What are you complaining about? And it's the first Grand Prix. Can we just appreciate how amazing the backdrop is, everyone? What do we think? Do we like that? Should I toe the corporate line more often? Then we might get sponsored. Isabel Fox says Formula E seems like less of a disruption, but we'll see next year. Although in America ironically they go to Portland in America, which is a track. Mark says Formula 1 doesn't work when it's cold enough to wear jackets. Maybe that's the thing. You see Lando, they're looking very cold. Yolanda, why is that car in the swimming pool? I don't know. Who, as a practical joke, is this a Hangover 4? Who's taken a McLaren F1 car and put it on the top of a hotel in a swimming pool? Stream Elements knows wheel. Frankly, I don't think Stream Element knows too much. What I've been seeing in the creator press. Chai, I'm curious. By the way, we could have been in Vegas. We had an offer to go to Vegas. We had an offer to go to Vegas less than 2 weeks ago, and I'd say I got to about maybe 30% to taking it up. Would have been very expensive, but thanks to the very generous donations we've had from MBR, basically, we could have covered quite a lot of it, and we might have been able to stream from there.
but I just felt like it was last minute, and I don't want to rush these things. We've got Las Vegas stream today, tomorrow. Then we've got Abu Dhabi. And then I want to really put some quality in these streams. I want to get a lot of stuff made, commission a lot of stuff, and see what we can do on the data front. Maybe build something bespoke. So I want to see this through to the end of this season, and then we'll have a little bit of time to basically revamp all of this for next season. And also maybe do it in a way that is really portable, so I can do it all over the world, which might be exciting. Gary says, turn down the telly and stay with us. Yes, I completely agree. We're very close now to qualifying. That time is incorrect on the screen. We're closer than that. Isabel Flug, after Las Vegas GP, Liberty Media will need to make up for losses. I disagree. I think this GP is going to make so much money. This Grand Prix is going to make so much money for Liberty Media and Formula One. It is going to be obscene. And you have to remember, I don't think they didn't secure the drain covers on purpose. I'm not saying that. But the fact that they got so much more press coverage and social media coverage and just exposure because of that than if they'd just been a boring FP2. So I want to be super clear. I'm not saying there's some kind of conspiracy here. But there will be a lot of people at Formula One sort of on the marketing side like, this is actually just great exposure. This really is. Shows that this is the biggest event in the world right now because everyone's talking about it. And all the people are going to be there to just flow into the casinos and everything, so the casinos won't mind at all. Scantus dub content creator. Yes. Isabel says, go ahead and like the stream. Chat, we got to like the stream. 91 likes. We've got to get to 100. And I think we've got to do a nations check as well. With 2 minutes to go to qualifying, we've got to do a nations check. So let me know where in the world you're watching from. And also, once you've done that, hit that share button. Hit that share button right now. That big red share button. Slap it. Just absolutely slap the share button and share it on your favourite social media network. Tag me in it if you want. I'm on all of them. So share and tag. Let's do the shares and tags. There's a bit of a rocky start to the stream, but we're here now. Welcome to Miriam, Mark, and Francisco. To the F1 paddock gossip was that Bernie Eccleston founded the Great Train Robbery. Well, I thought that was common. Which I don't want to get involved in that. Someone tried to sue me on Twitter yesterday. Chai from Netherlands. Michael says South Africa. Davina, Missouri. Oh my goodness, it's gone here. Professor Florida. Ashika says India. Cooper from the UK. Very nice. Snowline from Canada. Console from South Africa. Eddie from Australia. DMZ from Zimbabwe's. Lush from Netherlands. Ace from India. Jolanda from Netherlands. Bebop Canada. Blue from the US East Coast. Very nice. Assad Pakistan. Isabel Germany. La Rochelle. We had Surrey in there as well. Arctic from Thailand. Kate from the UK. Hendrik from Laos. Lynn from France. Gary from Charlotte. Nida from Texas. Kireth from South Africa. Welcome Yvonne. Big Biz from Atlanta. And Roy from Netherlands. Catty Netherlands. I think Netherlands might have won this. You know, I think Netherlands might have won it. Right, I'm going to get rid of that time actually basically here. I'm also going to... I'll do it in a bit. I'll restart the old session. In fact, I will do it now. Bear with me. You can't even see it now. Do people miss the cars? Or do you like the real footage? What do you like, chat? What do you prefer? Welcome, Randall P. McMondo. It's not a stream until Randall P. McMondo's in the house. That's what I think. Jazz from Hawaii. Must be pretty good time in Hawaii, right? Las Vegas. Brandon's from Las Vegas. Brandon, what's the view down on the ground in Las V? What's that sound? Is that a bird sleeping? Is that a bird sleeping? Marina's watching from Italy. Forza Ferrari.
Radio check. Yeah, all good.
Sebastian's from the West USA, baby. Welcome to Grisina as well. Faye from Vietnam. Davina said it's much better hanging out here. Right, I agree, obviously. Here we go then. Qualifying is about to start at The Las Vegas... In fact, the cars are going around the track. Qualifying has started, everyone. Q1 on track. Let us go. So I need to get my corners right here. I need to get my corners right. So I'm going to start. So you see where the yellow sector starts? So where it starts is really the pit entry, by the way. Start-finish line, I guess. So we've got turn 1 is left-hander. We've got turn 2, the right-hander. Then we've got turn 3. So you go past a lot of electrical substations there. And then there's a sort of housing complex. Then you turn right, so that's going to be turn 3 is the right-hander there, right? I'm going to lose track of these. I need to put corner numbers up. I have walked this whole track, and if you've seen my video... Chat, please tell me you've seen my video where I walked the whole track and I show you all the... these are the shots, though. The Bellagio, you can... Just in your head, just imagine Las Vegas and Formula 1 cars down the strip, and that's what's happening. As the Bellagio fountains, which are very loud. Who's been to Las Vegas in chat? Let me know if you've been to Las Vegas. Almat is from Q8. Jazz is staying up for the race. Nida says Red Bull eating good tonight. Mike, not sure how you feel about the paint. You mean Ferrari paint? So how are we looking here? Logan Sargent, the home driver who was P3 in FP3, is going to be one of the first drivers set his time, although it looks like he's slowed down there. Not sure what's going on with old Logie Sargent. Does Logan Sargent have some sort of issue, or is he just letting people through? I do not know. Looks like K-Mag is going to be the first driver here to set a lap, by the way. So are we going to go in the 132s? Let's see. Assad's been to Vegas. Nida went for his 21st. Absolute carnage. Lush has been. Yasu in the house. Big Biz, I'm watching a TV through a window at work and relying on you for audio commentary. Wow, now the pressure's on. Big B and his work colleagues. Chai says Stroll apparently also grid penalty. Overtake during yellow flag. I'm not aware of that, but I do know that Carlos Sainz is ridiculously taking a 10-place grid penalty because of getting damaged by the track. So there goes Kevin Magnussen. He's done a 135.9. 135.9 from the Haas. Yeah, they cut down the trees in front of the Bellagio. There's not that many trees in front of the Bellagio, to be fair. I'll put new ones in. Snowlines enjoying this great live stream from the Rocky Mountains in Canada. Very nice. The Rockies extending all the way. Not too far from Las Vegas, actually. So, we got K-Mag still at the top there, and Valtteri Bottas P2. Daniel Ricciardo had to abort his lap, and Logan Sargent, yeah, as I suspected, had a very weird lap where he also aborted. Now, there have been lots of discussions, everyone, about whether we are going to see drivers basically stay out on track to warm up the tyres. So you might see drivers just sort of circulating and trying to get and retain a lot of heat in the tyres, rather than doing the traditional sort of out-lap, hot lap, in-lap that we normally see. There you go, Sergio Perez. Oh, Gary's gifted the membership. Who's got the membership from Gary? Let's see. Make sure you got your memberships enabled. Who's gonna get? Who's it? Get? Sebastian Finkley. It's gone to the Finkmeister General. Thank you so much, Gary. They're gifting their membership chat. You know what to do. Get your clap sound chat there for Gary. Get your clap sound chat there for Gary. There we go. It's coming out there. Thank you so much. Incredible support. Huge. You know what to do, chat. Meanwhile, Charles Leclerc is just set at 134.8. So he's gone almost half a second quicker than Sergio Perez. But I wonder if this is going to be it's not so much a track evolution session, as we've seen sometimes, like we saw in Sao Paulo, but it might be a tyre evolution session. And are we seeing drivers really come into the pits at all? I am not sure. Why is Alex Albon showing it's having stopped on track there? Why is Alex Albon... Is that a glitch? Maybe he's come in to the pits? Possibly a glitch there on the Alex Albon tracker. Because I'd expect to see a yellow flag if he has pulled over, which I don't see. But yeah, I think cars are going to be circulating here, and therefore it could be a case of musical chairs by the end. Isabel Plug feels Ferrari could get pole. Possibly. Look at the claps. Honestly, this is why we have the best community on YouTube. But what has happened here to Alex Albon's car? I do not know. Oh, I'll let you know. Unless he's managed to pull over somewhere which there might be in that corner, because that is a corner where the track goes into a purpose-built block, essentially, that has been purchased by Formula One that houses pit complex. So that's the last corner and then the first two corners. Charles Leclerc is still top on the leaderboard, but Kevin Magnussen is just on the fastest sector one out of anyone with a 26.9. So K-Mag on the move, and he might be getting a faint slipstream here from George Russell. So keep an eye on Magnussen. I wonder, as I've discussed in my videos, if you've seen them, that teams are going to have to decide here. Are you going to run wing to help warm up the tyres, or are you going to run very low wing for the long straights? And you might have different philosophies depending on how good your car is just warming up the tyres generally. Max Verstappen, meanwhile, has just finished his lap time, and he's only gone P2. So he is about a tenth off Charles Leclerc. So as it stands, Charles Leclerc is provisionally fastest in Q1 with Max Verstappen in provisional P2. And Kevin Magnussen did finish that lap, and he ended up going fourth fastest. So Stroll does have a penalty. Okay, good to know. Alfaria says these lap times are going to plummet. I'm sure that would have been the story from free practice. Alfaria saying the pit entry is dicey. Is the start line in the yellow sector? Yes, the start line is basically where that yellow sector starts. And like I said, if you imagine America mainly has a grid system, see that the strip is actually a little bit curved. But that last turn on the track is where the racetrack goes off the grid system and goes into the block, and Formula One purchased that block for, I think, $500 million. I was there when they were building it. Bebop saying track seems a second slower, and Blue Transam noting that Max got caught in traffic, so maybe not super representative for Max. Meanwhile, Carlos Sainz has just gone faster, but there we go. Leclerc goes even faster again. So the Ferraris are really on it. Carlos Sainz was momentarily faster for a few seconds, a 134.7, but then Charles Leclerc has blown the whole thing wide open because he's done a 34 dead. And just a reminder, Verstappen's on a 134.9. So Leclerc has just gone almost a second faster than Verstappen in P3. So we are seeing, yes, big evolution. And remember that cartoon, Evolution? Nida saying Logan should be able to save tyres and stay in. Well, I disagree, Nida. I think these lap times are going to plummet. Yes, it's colder, but this is what I've been saying in my videos. It's all about warming up the tyres now. And some teams are going to really struggle. Dare I say the Mercedes are gone for a very interesting strategy here, chat. I think the Mercedes are doing something. They're playing 5D chess. Do you know why? I don't think they've set any lap times yet. They've literally just been circulating, trying to build heat in their tyres. And I'm looking on board with Lando Norris here, who was blocked, definitely blocked, by a Red Bull car on his flying lap. But also, Lando Norris was really struggling just to keep the car under control. Piastri just grazed the barrier with the outside of his tyres. I think the last corner at Monaco, Anthony Nogues, where they'll rip up the Rolex sort of poster on the metal barrier there. Oscar Piastri has just grazed the barrier in a way that he's probably like, okay, well, that is the limit. I might just dial it back a tiny bit from that. Smooth operator, maybe for Carlos Sainz. We will see. We will see what happens. Charles Leclerc, 134 dead, still leads the way. It is now Hamilton has set a fast lap time, and I think it's to deal with a lot of traffic. So Hamilton now brakes, bolt, and sets a 134.6. So 6/10 off Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc might have done a really good lap here, but it could all count for nothing. This might be the equivalent of a track that was wet and is now drying. That's what we might see. Welcome to Sticks. Isabel says, I think Mercedes is either going to be great or die on the circuit. We know that Mercedes have really struggled with keeping the tyres in the operating window in the past. and this is the most difficult track. Any Lando Norris fans in the house, listening or in the chat, well, Lando's done a 134.7, and that puts him provisional P4 at the moment. What's the bottom 5 looking like? Because remember, we're in Q1, so we're looking to knock out the bottom 5 with 7.5 minutes to go. And last place right now is George Russell, who is not on a fast lap right now as far as I can tell. And then we've got Yuki Tsunoda in P19. Lance Stroll was in P18, but just sets the time to go P14. But it's not that quick. So now it's Pierre Gasly in P18, Nico Hulkenberg in 17th, and it's Daniel Ricciardo, the Honey Badger, in P16. And all cars pretty much are out on track. I'd say about 15 of the cars are out on track just circulating, and there's a huge amount of traffic on the strip. And again, I think one of the McLarens, if Piastri's on the hot, I think I'd be amazed if Piastri did not get impeded there by Sergio Perez from the looks of things. We will have to have a look at that. Max Verstappen also on a hot lap. He's got quite a lot of clear air ahead of him. He's setting some purple mini sectors. He's on 26.7 in sector 1, which is almost exactly 1/10 quicker than Oscar Piastri. And Piastri just completes his lap ahead of him and does a 134.8. So 134.8 for Oscar Piastri, everyone. Welcome, Hiram and Willy Donker. Willy Donker, you can see at the top there, it's 5.5 minutes. So Piastri, it looks like actually the other cars go out of the way as he screams down the straight. So Max Verstappen, what is Verstappen going to do here? Is he going to go top 3? He's about to finish his lap. George Russell has got a lap time deleted due to track limits, which is pretty impressive at a street track. Verstappen goes P2. It's very close. So Charles Leclerc is still provisionally fastest with that 134.0, and he is now starting another fast lap as well. But Max Verstappen has closed the gap. It's a 134.1. The Ferraris are on the move because Carlos Sainz has just done a sector 1 faster than his teammate Charles Leclerc. So can Carlos Sainz see that through? He's going to have to take Oscar Piastri here as they go around the, I think it's the Wynn Convention Centre, isn't it? We actually get a few curves if you see my track guide. And here is the corner. Harden the brakes, and then you open up and you go down the very long straight here at the strip. So Carlos Sainz is going to get a little bit of stretching from Lando Norris. And I think he might only need to worry about Logan Sargent, so he might have a pretty clear run. Meanwhile, Charles Leclerc goes even faster in sector 2, so watch out for the Ferraris here. Black says, how are you doing, Kireth? I'm not doing too badly, I have to say. I'm not doing too badly. I'm racing tomorrow as well, which is good. Lucia is Delulu for a Lando win. Alfera saying Ricardo in the pits, and Needler is saying this is definitely an interesting qualifying. Yes, indeed. So, Carlos Sainz, sorry, a 133.8, first and third threes, but here comes Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc, does he go faster? Yes, the Ferraris are in town. So, 2 new fast Ferrari times at the top of the leaderboard. Carlos Sainz with a 33.8 and Charles Leclerc with a 33.6. Just a reminder that Max Verstappen is in P3 and he has a 134.1. So the Ferraris might be really nicely getting their tyres up to temperature here. Let me know in the chat if you're part of the Tifosi, by the way, if you're a lifelong Tifosi. And Need a Drift supporting his countryman Logan Sargent, who is in P5 with a 134.5. Actually doing better than Alex Albon so far. Alex Albon down in P11. Isabel Plug saying charges on fire. And it's a new circuit record. Yes, that is the fastest lap ever in qualifying at the Las Vegas GP circuit. So Pierre Gasly, whoa, the Alpines. Pierre Gasly's gone up to P4 with a 34.2, and Valtteri Bottas in P5, a 34.3. And just behind him are 2 Haases, also 34.3 for Hulkenberg and a 34.4 for Magnussen. So Piastri's now in P17. Really topsy-turvy. Very topsy-turvy qualifying here. And I think when the music stops, someone is going to be left in the drop zone. Yeah, Charles Leclerc won the sim race. That included Dirk Chocolate, the F1 esports driver who sued us. He sued us for a trademark that he applied for on the same day that he sued us, and he sent it to me the day I arrived in Las Vegas. You couldn't make this stuff up. Did we bat down? Never bat down, never what? No, we didn't. We said, prove your case, and then you forgot to pay for the trademark. I mean, talk about bad faith. Potentially, some would say. Don't know how we got onto that. So, Crush Biscuit in the house, yes indeed. Cat says, evening from the Tifosi in Las Vegas. Well, good morning to the Tifosi. So it's still the Ferraris, 1 and 2, and they've just come into the pits, by the way. So with 1 minute 30 to go, the Ferraris think their time is done. They're going to come in and look at the data. I'm having a replay here of Lance Stroll. Oh my goodness me, Lance Stroll, you almost wrecked your car there. Amazon are saying he was 1 centimetre close to the wall. Wow. Traffic jam on the strip. Yes, indeed. We're going to see some nonsense as everyone queues up. These are going to be the last runs, and I feel like the F1 drivers have not done a particularly good job at this. Look how close Perez is to Russell. This is like me in Gran Turismo. Verstappen overtakes Ocon over the start-finish line as they are meant to be getting in position to start a lap here. It's an absolute shambles, it seems. Good morning, Vern Beam Sports. Logan Sargent, Alex Albon will be able to get around and set another lap here if they so require. So will Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri. But there's a mix of drivers there in the midfield that are just tripped over each other, including, I think, Gasly, Verstappen and Yuki Tsunoda. So probably have some people crying on the radio saying, "Wow, I was held up." I predict. Kevin Maxim, by the way, is going to finish his lap. Green flag. So there was a yellow flag somewhere. He's just gone green. That might have affected what people do in sectors. K-Mag, is he going to get over the line? Is he going to get over the line, K-Mag, to say his lap time? Oh, I don't know if he did, but if he did, he set the fastest set to 1 out of anyone. So we've just got to check a flag to drivers finishing their lap times. Hamilton was in danger. He's now P6. Hulkenberg was in P7. Can Hulkenberg improve? Yes, he goes P4. So, Piastri's in the drop zone, by the way. Fernando Alonso was P11. He improves to P9. George Russell is now P3. Big evolution here. There's a yellow flag in sector 1 and 2. So, might see some penalties. Daniel Ricciardo was P14. He does not improve. He's in big danger. Lando Norris is in huge danger here. Lando Norris could get knocked out because he's in the pits. And Guan Yu Zhou. Where's Guan Yu Zhou? Can't improve, though. It's going to be Lance Stroll. It's Stroll versus Norris. What can Lance Stroll do? Can he lock out Lando Norris? Yes, he does. Lando's out. Lando is out at Q1. Oh, no. The people in chat, the Lando fans. The Lando fans, both McLarens are out. Oh, the team that has been the closest challenger to Red Bull in so many of the previous races. I'm thinking Qatar, I'm thinking Sao Paulo, I'm thinking Austin. Are nowhere. Have McLaren Ferrari'd it. Chat, have McLaren Ferrari'd it. Maybe they shouldn't have had their car off on the swimming pool. Deary me, too many media obligations from the McLaren boys. Playing too much golf with Netflix. Not enough time thinking about the qualifying, I'm afraid. And there's some celebrities in the Aston Martin garage who are very happy. I don't know who they are because I don't really know celebrities. Apart from Jaden Smith. Danny Rick in Q2. Danny Rick just making it through. So Lando Norris was the first, was a driver in P16 to get knocked out, if that makes sense. And his lap time was a 134.7. And Daniel Ricciardo, just ahead of him in P15, was a 134.6. So we've lost both McLarens here, but we've managed to keep both Williams. I'm going to run through the drivers that we've lost. We've lost in last place Yuki Tsunoda, who had a big issue, clearly, because he's 3 seconds off the pace set by Charles Leclerc. So Yuki Tsunoda, there's something that hasn't gone well there. Then we've got Oscar Piastri in P19, Guan Yu Zhou in P18, Esteban Ocon in P17, and Lando Norris in P16. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see some penalties for impedance, and it was absolute carnage. Oh dearie me, it was oh no, big oh dearie me. One of the Alpines, if that's Esteban Ocon, and it is, Esteban Ocon is about to punch someone in the face here. if he was Lance Stroll, because he's been, oh my god, he's racing with a Red Bull. Deary me, Esteban Ocon on the radio. That's a joke, honestly. Verstappen tried to overtake. I called this at the time, chat. I called it at the time. Max Verstappen overtook Esteban Ocon into T1 as they were both doing their lap times. And Verstappen on the radio saying, what a stupid idiot. And they almost made contact. Someone has to get a penalty for that. I mean, I think if you're the car behind... Well, oh my goodness me. Instance involving Hamilton, Russell, Albon, Guan Yu Zhou, Gasly, Bottas noted, failing to following race director instructions, maximum delta time. We get that message every race. It's like when you start your car and you get a million warning lights, just ignore them. But I think if you're the car behind, chat, it's you can't overtake. It's like, well, you were the car behind. Get it done before the start of the lap. Deary me, chat. Deary me. Oh, well, we could see... need to say the penalty square. If you're Lando staying in the car, if you're anyone in that bottom 5, you stay in your car, frankly. Because Esteban Ocon, who's been knocked out... I wonder if we could see some lap time deletions as well, because there were briefly yellow flags in Sector 1 and 2. I don't know why. As I said, Ocon should retire. Nobody likes. That's not very nice. I like Esteban Ocon. He's been very nice to me when we've raced each other. Raced each other quite hard. We said Ocon is wearing the Latifi shoe. Aidenator, well, McLaren should take advantage and start from the pits on new components. Maybe. Start with those tyre warmers on. Diesel, can I watch this on ESPN in the US? I presume so. I presume you can, if you've got it. Nida says he's finally delaying his 370Z, or dailying it. Very nice. Chat, what do we think about traffic? What do we think? Is it okay for Max Verstappen to dive it on Esteban Ocon into turn 1 when they're both... I mean, as soon as you do that, you've ruined it for everyone. They're both screwed. They're both screwed. Sharky says the map is wrong. The map is not correct. But Scan says this is more fun than the official stream. This is way more fun than the official stream. On the official stream, they'll never tell you that Formula 1 is at disgrace for this weekend, and they should have refunded clearly all the people that had an individual ticket to FP2. They'll never tell you that on the official broadcast, but we'll say it. Tsunoda wasn't too kind. Okay. By the way, can we get, this weekend, can we get to 69k? That would be very nice. Chat, if you're watching and you're not subscribed... hit that subscribe button right now. Smash that subscribe button. You know you want to. Chai says, I have a handsome host from the ESPN. Nellis, if you are quicker, they need to make way. I like your attitude, but I'm not sure that's how it works. Alexi Remotar says, it's okay for Verstappen to do whatever he wants. Verstappen can just, frankly, just do what he wants, Verstappen. Do what you want, pal. Speaking of doing what I want, I'm just going to restart this in the background, so just bear with me. Right, is it over? No, it's not over. Let me know in the chat if this is your first time watching Formula 1 or following Formula 1, and we'll explain how the qualifying system works. We'll bed you in. We'll demystify. We'll make it super simple. Because honestly, we can explain it in like 30 seconds, and you'll be an F1 qualifying expert. Genuinely. That's how it works. Barrett Barrett says, who do you think is going to win? Well, I think the Tifosi. Carlos Sainz will have a bee in his bonnet or a manhole in his cockpit. Is Lando still in the car? I can't see. Yes, Lando is still in the car. And did we just see some timings change? Did we just see some timings change, chat? What is going on the timings here? What is happening? What is this? Alex Albon's now P15. Before it was Daniel Ricciardo. Is it because Q2 has already started? Yes, it is. I'm just an idiot. Q2 started. So, Lando, get out of the car, mate. You're done. You're toast. Isabel Flug says, I kind of love the chaos of the Las Vegas GP, but I hope they drop track. I tell you, as someone who's been to Las Vegas, you just got to... I like the Monaco Grand Prix. It's like, this is a global event. It's honestly stupid, and on all levels. The whole concept of this race is like fundamentally stupid. Firstly, you build a city in the middle of the desert where you have to dam rivers and everything to actually just get enough water and electricity to it. Then gambling is completely like, okay, there's like no stigma about gambling. Just go there, lose all your money if you want. So like, okay, fine. Then you take the fastest race cars in the world that are designed for purpose-built racetracks and you just put it on the roads of Las Vegas. The whole thing is just like, it's just stupid and I love it. What's my favourite track? Spa's a good one to drive. Yeah, right. Okay, Q2's underway, everyone. And Fernando Alonso in the Aston Martin is going to be... Oh, look at the subs going up. Is going to be the first driver. Oh, welcome, everyone, to start his lap time. Who have we got? Who can we welcome to the community? Who am I welcoming? I'm welcoming Ben Martin, Lei Young, the Imperial Texan, Appleseed, Abhijit Kumar, Luxar, and Heavenly Love 27. Welcome along. Shark and welcome them as well. Michael Ward Jensen Button when Mike, you need to get back in your time capsule. Appleseed says Formula 1 rookie here. So, there are 3 parts to qualifying. 3 parts. The first part of qualifying is Q1, we just had. All the drivers go around. They set their fastest possible times. And at the end of the session, the slowest 5 drivers get knocked out. And those slowest 5 drivers were Norris, Ocon, Guan Yu Zhou, Piastri, and Yuki Tsunoda. And now what happens is we're going to Q2, and now we want to do the same thing. All drivers left go out, and they'll set their fastest possible times, and the fastest 10 will go through to the final qualifying session. Then we'll have the final qualifying session, Q3, and the top 10 drivers will go out, and that will set the order for the race. So here come Fernando Alonso and Lance Stroll, although as Lance Stroll backed out of it, we will see, maybe, because K-Mag is on a... Well, maybe on a fly, I don't know. Purple's a bit of misnaming there, but we see Fernando Alonso is going to go around the last corner, and we'll see what he can do. Are the lap times going to be colder as the tyres have cooled down? We will see. Isabel Flug says, welcome to new subs. Eugene was there all week. Chat, any questions for Eugene? Eugene, let us know your summary in the chat as well. Joseph, I'm going to pin that. That is a pinnable comment. Look at that. Lady Neptune, first time watching. I live next door to the F1 pit. Lady Neptune, next year, can we stream from your living room? Can we stream from your living room, Lady Neptune? Slide into my DMs. We'll make it happen. Do teammates try and help each other, or they race for themselves? Oh, that's the age-old question. They're meant to, but there's a lot of egos. They often don't. So Carlos Sainz sets a 134.1 and is provisionally fastest here. We're going to see now Charles Leclerc. What can Charles Leclerc do? Can he go faster than 134.1? 11 minutes to go in this session in Q2. Let's see what Charles Leclerc does. It is a little bit faster at 33.9, but interestingly, it's still not as fast as we were seeing at the end of Q1. Now, by the way, I think this is going to be very interesting for the race because I feel like you're going to need to start on the softest possible compound for the race because otherwise your hard or your medium tyres are going to just take too long to get onto temperature. So you'll be very brave tomorrow to start on a harder compound because you'll be a sitting duck at the start. Sergio Perez goes fastest. For the first time this weekend, Sergio Perez goes provisionally fastest. And he's just 1,000th of a second faster than Leclerc. So he's basically done the exact same lap time as Charles Leclerc. It's a photo finish like Perez and Alonso had last week out at Sao Paulo in the race. Fernando Alonso sets another lap time here. Goes fastest! 33.8 for Alonso. He's done back-to-back lap times, I believe. And now here comes Lance Stroll in the Aston Martin. What can he do? Let's see. Lance Stroll only a P6. 1.2 seconds slower than Alonso. So Fernando Alonso setting the tempo here with a 33.8. Welcome, Pup. Hi, Kireth. Enjoying your Watchalong Top Man. Fortunately, Top Man closed about 3 years ago. If that was the question. Diesel's about 7 hours from Vegas. Welcome to MLF Photomotive, Elson Costa, and Yan G as well. great to see people answering loads of questions in the chat as well. Offbeat, are you sad you're not in Vegas? I am sad I'm not in Vegas. So next year we're definitely going to be in Vegas. Chat, anyone who lives in Vegas, view of the track, you got a penthouse, you got to hit us up. Limitless says, where's Max? Max, interestingly, very good point, is still in the pits. Why is Max Verstappen still in the pits? Maybe they think that there's just no point in going out here, so you may as well just go out at the end and keep it all in one go. I will see. Oh, the map says Sao Paulo. Yes, it does. The map says Sao Paulo. Stream is literally unwatchable. We'll have to change that for the race. Thank you, Pup. MRS says, come on, Fred. Who's Fred? Hiram says, Fernando. And Amara says, Alonso gets my votes. Yeah, right, Max Verstappen emerges. Max Verstappen emerges from the pit lane. And he immediately seems like he's going to send it on Pierre Gasly. Verstappen just can't stop sending it on Alpines at the moment. Alferis, I feel like IndyCar and F1 should work together and make Vegas a super weekend. I feel like IndyCar and F1 don't acknowledge each other. Right, Ferrari comes in and changes the tyres. So new soft tyres for Charles Leclerc. It's going to get very chaotic again here. I'm surprised we're not seeing all cars out on track. Maybe they got the data from the last session and they realised that it's better to change tyres.
Oh dear.
And then go out again. Wee says Max, Super Max. So Fernando Alonso is in P1 at the moment. Max Verstappen's in the drop zone with 7.5 minutes to go because he hasn't set a lap time yet. So here we go. Hamilton is just cruising around, warming up the tyres, and then George Russell just behind him as they go to the start-finish line. Pierre Gasly boxes. So Max Verstappen just starts his flying lap now. Max Verstappen just to keep an eye on the sector times. Fernando Alonso did a 26.4 in sector 1. Meanwhile, just Alex Albon up in P5. Want to note that as well. And Logan Sargent in P8 if you're a Williams fan. So, what is Verstappen going to do in sector 1? 26.4 to beat. The Mercedes have done 26.7, 26.8 respectively. Remember, Verstappen on cold tyres. Verstappen goes faster than the Mercedes immediately. He does a 26.6, so he's 2 tenths faster than the Mercedes on pretty fresh tyres, pretty cold tyres. But he's also a 10.5 slower than Fernando Alonso. Welcome, Tweem. Eugene staying in the Mirage. Very, you know, the Mirage to me feels kind of old school. What's it like staying in the Mirage? The Mirage has some really nice botanical gardens, doesn't it? Or is that the Bellagio? I don't know. Verstappen does the fastest sector 2 out of anyone. Fastest sector 2 out of anyone for Max Verstappen, 30.9. That is a huge 3 tenths quicker than Fernando Alonso. So pole position in waiting here for Max Verstappen, or provisional fast, I should say. But Charles Leclerc has just gone 4 tenths quicker in sector 1. So it's all going to change. It's all going to chop and change, everyone. It's all going to chop and change. Hamilton and Russell go fastest. Hamilton 33.8. Same with Russell. But what about Verstappen? Verstappen goes far, even faster. 33.6 for Verstappen. Wow. Okay. Meanwhile, Kevin Magnussen with the fastest sector 1 out of anybody at 26.2. That's 4 tenths quicker than Max Verstappen. So we're seeing a lot of evolution here. A lot of evolution. Diesel, are the qualifiers dependent on the amount of laps? The qualifiers is just your fastest lap. So your fastest lap. Shout out to Whiplash. Don't know what Whiplash is. Right, Max Verstappen 33.6. Sergio Perez, meanwhile, tries to improve, I believe, and does not. But Charles Leclerc, 32.8, almost a second quicker than Hamilton. Carlos Sainz follows him. Wow, okay, this changed everything. This changes absolutely everything. Because Charles Leclerc has just done a 32.8, which is 8 tenths quicker than Max Verstappen. And Max Verstappen is not on a fast lap here. He's just been overtaken by Lance Stroll. Kevin Magnussen, meanwhile, goes P4. 33.6, just a couple of hundredths behind Max Verstappen, and doing quite a bit better than Nico Hulkenberg. So the Ferraris... Oh, it's the Bellagio. That's actually one of the nicest areas in Vegas. It's the Bellagio... What's it like? Botanical garden. It's like genuinely not trashy. Not that Vegas is trashy. There's McDonald's there. And there's a Taco Bell. And you can get alcoholic drinks at Taco Bell. They do Taco Bell cocktails there. Obviously, I wouldn't know. I definitely didn't have 30 of them. Charles Leclerc, 32.8. Yes, he's half a second quicker than Carlos Sainz. Cliff has had a quick breakfast. Very nice. Isabel Flug says, Charles took Brazil personally. Hope this is the start of his villain arc. I'd love to see that. So, 3.5 minutes to go. Are we going to see anyone hit the barrier? As you see sometimes at street circuits, Charles Leclerc is a cut above at the moment. Alden C Studios. By the way, look out for a video coming on the channel about PlayStation VR. Alden has done a sick edit of that. So I hope you enjoy it. Send some love to Alden in the chat. So Sergio Perez. Oh, what about the drop zone here? 3 minutes to go. We've got both Williams in the drop zone. We've got Pierre Gasly, Lance Stroll, and Danny Rick, the Honey Badger. Sergio Perez pits. Well, very late to pit there for Perez. So he might be at risk, you know. So is he going to put some tyres on and go again? We will see. Charles Leclerc stays out. So clearly the Ferrari strat is just to stay out and circulate. Stay out and circulate. Cliff, I watched it getting robbed in Ocean's 11. Did it get right? I've never seen the Ocean's movies. Oh my goodness. Sergio Perez 2 centimetres close to the wall. Amazon reliably informs us. Vegas is a hard place. Yeah, if you can explain Vegas, let us know in the chat. As one of the Red Bulls, yeah, Sergio Perez was coming into the pits there. Papa Smith Hearts Kireth, very nice. Welcome to Michelle Siddy and Stephen Based. If you are enjoying the stream and you want to experience more of it, and if you want to help me get to places like Las Vegas because we were close, all you got to do is subscribe. Just a moment of your time. It's free. Oh, there we go. Completely free, and you won't regret it. You will not regret it. So much free content coming out for you guys and girls. By the way, Carlos Sainz 10th place grid penalty. And do you want to know the story? I'll tell you the story behind that in the gap between Q2 and Q1, because let's refocus on Q1. And we got the traffic jam at the end. Max Verstappen, what are you doing, sir? Why are you tangling with Danny Rick on the penultimate corner? I do not know. So Max Verstappen is presumably safe, but you just never know. You just never know with the evolution here, because George Russell is setting a lightning fast Sector 1. Keep an eye on George Russell here. Sector 1 time, 26.4. So I think that's passable. Logan Sargent, 26.6. Stroll, 6.7. Hamilton at 26.8. So did Hamilton have traffic there? Hamilton almost half a second slower than his teammate in Sector 1 alone. So maybe mistake or traffic. Valtteri Bottas, 26.7. Meanwhile, Sergio Perez is going to be putting his faith that he's not going to lose another 4 positions here. B Summer says it's a load of crap, his penalty. Well, we'll see. Matt McQuicken, great coverage, always great to have you with us, Mac. Another member in the house. So, Lance Stroll is going to set a lap time here and it can potentially go again. And the same for Lewis Hamilton. So I'm going to guide it. Oh, Kathleen! With the £1, Kathleen's been in all the comments of the video. Chat, can we send some claps to Kathleen, please? Their first ever super chat, i.e. donation. The £1 donation. Thank you so much, Kathleen. Please send your claps in the chat. So here we go. Lance Stroll and Lewis Hamilton going over the line there and can go again. In fact, Hamilton set the fastest set 3 out of anybody there. But Lance Stroll is just on the edge of the drop zone because he's in P10. Logan Sargent, I think, has gone over and is P7 now because Alonso must have overtaken him. But there's no more lap times will be set. Bottas is P8. So Lewis Hamilton, Sergio Perez might have really screwed this up. Sergio Perez is now in P10, and I reckon Albon's going to have him. Perez, you are just a fool, my friend, or your engineer has not done a good job here. Perez is out. Perez is in his usual place of not making it into Q3. Why? I don't understand. So Lewis Hamilton at the moment is out. I think Lewis Hamilton's out as well. Wow, Hamilton and Sergio Perez out. That's 7 world championships between them. Between Lewis Hamilton and Sergio Perez, they've got 7 world drivers' championships between them, and they are out. They are out. And I don't think I think Hamilton's just not going to be able to do a lap here. So everyone's eased off. There we go. That is going to be your Q2. And by the way, Pierre Gasly managed to get to P4. But how has George Russell on the P3 and Lewis Hamilton a P11? I think it was at Sector 1. Hamilton must have made a mistake, or potentially there was traffic. Amara says Hamilton binned it. I'm not sure he binned it per se, because I can see him on track, but he's made a mistake. Lush saying Ricky out. Neither. This is brilliant chaos. Yeah, but a lot of people noting Gasly in the chat. Alden saying, what is a kilometre? Well, Logan Sargent doesn't know as he makes it into Q3. Both Williams, by the way, into Q3. Do we have any Williams fans in the chat? In fact, let's do a team check. Who are you supporting, chat? 1,600 people in the chat. Who are you supporting? Let me know your teams and drivers. Are you part of the Tifosi? Or are you supporting someone else? Let me know. Hamilton saying, couldn't go faster, mate. Who are you supporting? Wow, yeah, Williams looking really good here. Alfira saying Perez. I mean, Perez, bizarre strat, frankly. Bizarre strat from Perez. By the way, I forgot to have my oats. And now my oats are cold. Do you mind if I eat some oats? Chat, let me know if anyone objects to me eating oats. Oh, cold oats. Cold oats. Can't even relinquish my spoon. Ferrari, Mercedes, Williams. Track is getting faster. Yeah, a very good point. Maybe it's rubbing a little bit. Zachary's Williams. Chai says, dude, eat your breakfast. No, I think I'm going to go to Weatherspoons after. I'm going to get an English breakfast. So, it was carnage at the beginning of the stream. I'm going to get a Weatherspoons breakfast. So that is Q2. We've lost Lewis Hamilton, Sergio Perez. We've also lost Danny Rick, Lance Stroll, and Nico Hulkenberg and Valtteri. No, we haven't lost Bottas. Bottas has just made it through. I have to say, Bottas has sneaked through to Q3 quite a few times this season. Enjoy your grit. It's not porridge, it's oats. Snowline says oats are healthy and delicious. Yes, indeed. Pup says leave the grit. When I'm getting confused messages here. Cliff says Ferrari all the way. Hiram, love them all, but have been a Hamilton fan for a long time. Lush is supporting Norris, Albon, and Ricky. Can anyone do a summary message? Summary Q1 and Q2 who we've lost, and I can pin it. Welcome to Yonart as well. Zachary and Nguyen, do I have any podium predictions? For the race, I'm going to say Charles Leclerc. I'm going to say Max Verstappen is genuinely rattled here because he's just not very good at Las Vegas. And that's why we've had him saying, when he said, do you like the track? He's generally like, no, I don't like the track. But he wasn't just slating it. He was like, I'm not very good at it. Kathleen. By the way, Kathleen's first ever donation. How lucky are we? I'm just about to have coffee and toast. Very nice. Alden says oats came in clutch a few times in my life. Oats with the with the revive. Oh, Chaya and Joseph Sapper. Who am I going to pin? I'm going to do Joseph Sapper's just because well, actually no, I can't. Okay, so your formatting's better, but your information is factually incorrect. Because why have you put a Sonoda in there? So can we just get someone to format one of those with spaces? I don't want to sound like a perfectionist, but it's a big old stream, people. We need to. Oats to go see him live says Albon getting pole. Oh, Alfarius. Wow, you got that wrong. No, you haven't got that wrong. What? Oh. Okay, let's pin that. Let's pin it. Let me know in chat if anything's not right there. Someone just come in the chat and said Joseph. Very nice. Gary's had thin crust pizza. Gary, I don't understand why you go to pizza and get a thin crust. I'm afraid I don't get it. Oh, there's an advert for Quaker. Chat. There was an advert for Quaker on Sky. It's meant to be. Okay, I'm going to clip this and send it to Quaker. and see if we can get a Quaker sponsorship, because they clearly sponsor Formula One, right? Now we know. Market intel. They've just sponsored Sky F1, so now I need to do a advertising bit, because we've never ever had these streams sponsored. How do I do it? And I'll clip this and I'll send. Oh, someone can clip it. Alden, clip this and we'll send it to them. Wow. I have so much energy eating delicious Quaker Oat and Simple Oats in my F1 streams. Nah, it wasn't good. Ah, damn it. This one we're not sponsored. And just a reminder, everyone, this stream is sponsored by Quaker Oats. If you're looking to get amazing energy in the mornings, look no further. Super easy to make. You just put in the hot water. Loads of flavours. Absolutely delicious. Really reasonably priced. Quaker Oats for your morning energy. Don't forget it. Thank you so much, Quaker Oats, for sponsoring this live stream. You get that, Alden? Alden, did you get that? We'll clip it and we'll send it to CEO at QuakerOats.com. We'll just go straight to the top. Yes, chat. Abu Dhabi, we are going to be... I mean, this is... I'm going to have free samples. I'm going to be buying this from Tesco. Alan, whoever's idea to get F1 racing through US city streets is a genius. Isabel Flug, we might need to work on the acting, but honestly, it wasn't worse than the Ferrari show ad. That's a low bar, though. Lando's out. Lando... Disaster for Ferrari. It saved my life, Jen says. Okay, let's go. What's the disclaimer?
Understood.
Are you ready, Adam? Quaker Oats literally saved my life. There was a moment in my life where I was very hungry, more than I was starving. And if I hadn't... The only thing... I was in the Amazon rainforest, and the only thing I had in my backpack was Quaker Oats. And if I hadn't eaten the Quaker Oats, I would have died. So Quaker Oats literally will save your life. Thank you for sponsoring this stream. What's the disclaimer? What do you have to disclaim? Right. Chat, Q3 is underway. Q3 is underway. Here we go, everyone. It's time for Q3. It's time for Q3. Joseph Sapper. I think, yeah, Joseph Sapper. There we go. There we go. Let's do that. I like that one. Alpha is a good one as well, but I think Joseph Sapper... I like the formatting. Does it have probot? I don't know what probiotics are. Okay. Here we go. Q3. This is going to decide the grid for the Las Vegas GP tomorrow. That we're going to be streaming live on this channel. You don't want to miss it. And Cooksalot, Sam, and MLGG, and Joshua Kingston definitely don't want to miss it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Pierre Gasly getting ready. What can Pierre Gasly do here in the Alpine? Obviously, they've got a lot of American sponsors now. Or investors, I should say. Yeah. Haas in Q3. And also both Williams in Q3. And an Alfa Romeo in Q3. And an Aston Martin in Q3. And there's a lot of single teams in here. All the single teams. Q3, don't you mean Quaker 3? Yes! I like that, Big Beers. I like your style. Do you want to come aboard as creative marketing director of the stream? Right. Let's see what's going to happen here. Less cars on track, should be less issues with traffic unless people really want to have slipstreams here. Right, Alden's clipped it. Chat, we can make it happen. We can make it happen. What time tomorrow? I'm going to be streaming, I believe, tomorrow at 5 AM UK time. And then I'm going to stream, and I'm going to go straight. I'm going to stream my race suit, because as soon as the race is done, I've got to drive to my race, because I'm racing tomorrow. So I've got to do my race. Right. Isabel Flug wants to see T Swift in the Alpine. Her BF is investing in them after all. Very nice. Okay, so who's going to be first? I think it's going to be K-Mag. Might be setting the lap time first, as he has done a few times in this session. Welcome to Quake 3, everyone. Leandro, this is a backmarker's big... I mean, this is huge for Williams. Potentially huge for Williams here. We will see. Yeah, chat, let me know in the chat. Are you going to be with me tomorrow? Chat, are you going to be with me tomorrow at 5 a.m. UK time for the Las Vegas Quaker GP? Okay, so let's keep an eye here because only 9 minutes to go. This is going to set the grid. Keep a very keen eye, everyone, on the sector times because what's going on with Russell and Max? Has Magnussen backed off or something? Why is Russell so close to Magnussen? Or did Magnussen just have to overtake Russell there? Mike's going to be here. Sasquatch. Chaya's here. Oh, yes. Look at this. Look at this. This is why we've got the best community. We're all going to be there. We'll be there. So I'm streaming at 5. I've got to wake up at 4:30. Yes. I'm looking forward to that. Okay. Here comes Kevin Magnussen. Gonna go over the line. What's it gonna be? Are we gonna be straight in the 33s for K-Mag? Let's see. 34.2. That is a long way off where we were in last session, but we know that the tyres are cold. So here comes Gasly. Did Gasly overtake Russell or something weird? I don't know. Very unusual circumstances. Fernando Alonso, 33.5, goes fastest. But then Carlos Sainz, 33 dead. But here comes Charles Leclerc, the man who's been absolutely dominating, about to go over the line. It is a 33-point dead as well for Charles Leclerc, but just 0.02 of a second quicker than Carlos Sainz. Meanwhile, here comes Max Verstappen. Big time about to be set here. Will he go provisionally fastest? No, only P3 for Verstappen. Only P3 for Verstappen. There's only 1/10 in it, to be fair, or less than a tenth of a second. So Charles Leclerc is fastest, 33 dead. 33.021 to be precise. And then Carlos Sainz, 33.043 in P2. And then it's Max Verstappen, 33.1. So at the moment, Verstappen's on the second row of the grid, but he isn't because Carlos Sainz got the ridiculous penalty. Why? Sky won't say it, but I'm going to say it because Mercedes, every other team said, look, you can't give Carlos Sainz a penalty. We're okay with Carlos Sainz not getting a penalty. And Mercedes says, no. Carlos Sainz must get a penalty because the rules are the rules. So rules are rules. So Mercedes have screwed over Carlos Sainz here, and I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it because it could have happened to anyone, and the team should come together like that. It's not cricket in my view. Fernando Alonso locked up at the end of the strip. I mean, obviously, it isn't cricket. Yeah, I'll be having a British breakfast. Full English. Right, here we go then. So, just to run through, K-Mag stays out. People are going to be warming their tyres. So, provisional order in qualifying Q3 at the moment is Charles Leclerc 33.0 in P1. Carlos Sainz P2, but will go down 10 places. Max Verstappen P3. Fernando Alonso P4. Pierre Gasly in P5 and Kevin Magnussen in P6. George Russell has not set a representative lap time yet, but he might be on the move now. And Max Verstappen, in fact, everyone else is boxed. Everyone else is boxed. Verstappen will surely box as well. Yes, he does. So George Russell is the only driver on track right now. Unusual. So it looks like we're reverting to a standard 2 flying lap strategy for Q3 for most of the drivers, but I wonder if that's the right strategy. George says Mercedes have denied this. It could be fake news, but that's what I've heard. Toto Wolff has printed it out and sent an email. Well, I mean, there's a lot of people have... it has actually been reported. It has actually been reported. So if Mercedes have denied it publicly, I'd like to see that because it has been reported. Isabel, Toto Wolff likes to talk about a sponsorship and still cries about Abu Dhabi 2021, but he's not any better himself. Astoundingly hypocritical. Hiram says landmines, the manhole covers are not a team driver problem. Right, here comes George Russell. What can George Russell do on this alternative strategy? Let's see. Can he get in the low 33s from Sweaty Boy George? Yes, he can. It's a 33.5, mid 33s. He's only a 100th off Fernando Alonso, so he would have loved to have just got 100th more out of that. And that puts him P5 at the moment. Azad totally agrees with Isabel Paflug. And if you agree with this live stream, hit that subscribe button right now. I know basically all of you are. But if you're watching in the background, it means a lot to me. It genuinely means a lot. So please, please, please hit that subscribe button. Because if everyone who watched multiple of my videos a month subscribed, we'd have like 150,000 subscribers. And we'd be at the Grand Prix right now, live streaming it. That's where we want to be. No car. Well, yeah, so the cars right now. So Carlos Sainz is on a out lap, and George Russell's on an in lap. So no issues there per se. Max Verstappen getting very. Did he touch it? Oh, very close. In fact, he was on the radio saying that was close, and you could see his wake from the car rippled the advertising banners for Paramount. I think it was on the side of the barrier there. So with 3.5 minutes to go, we're going to have a regular end to Q3 here. C says Ferrari's killing it. George says we've got to say allegedly. Well, I was already sued yesterday, wasn't I? Why are the Williams not taking laps? Well, they are out now. They are out now. Maybe they want to save a pair of tyres for the race. Could it be 5D chat? Rory is so subscribed, he can't be more invested. I mean, Rory's a member, and he's subscribed, and Rory's in the comments all the time from South Africa, so very well invested. Jen's got a like and sub, very nice, very, very nice. Right, here we go, everyone. Great says, I just like, do you find the race interesting? Yes, I find Formula 1 racing always fascinating, because wherever you're racing, wherever the circumstances, it's always 10 teams, 20 drivers pushing everything to the maximum. And I love working and being involved in very high performing environments and just seeing the psychology and how teams work together and how you push each other. So there's layers of this to me as someone who's worked in high performance sport before. Welcome to Ben Martin, to Super Legend chat. Ben Martin, Super Legend. Can we get our claps out for Ben Martin? Thank you so much for becoming a member, as there are 2 minutes 20 to go, and I'm going to cover everything that kicks off here. So bear with me. I'm going to cover it all. I'm going to cover it all. Welcome, Latino. Don't eat them, though. Hector's and Phil Mara. Here we go. So K-Mag. 2 minutes to go, everyone. K-Mag starts his flying lap, and there's a huge amount of traffic circulating. Oh, look at the claps come out. There's a huge amount of traffic circulating around, I believe it's Sands Avenue, which is where you get this natural curve as you go around the convention centre on the back of the Palazzo. And I think it's the Venetian Conference Centre there. So they need to sort themselves out. Max Verstappen's got some clean air. Do you want the benefit of the slip, or do you want to just be in clean air? We will see. Okay, so 1 minute 30 to go. Verstappen, this is going to be the last lap. He's going to be one of the first to set his lap. Interesting strat. Interesting strat indeed. Good work, lad. Alfaris says. Yes, thanks so much, Ben. Right, here we go. So Verstappen starts his flying lap. Remember, he's provisionally P3 at the moment, but he would start on the first rail. There's a very short run down to turn 1. John Boyega from Star Wars is here with Aston Martin. If you were desperate to know about that. So here we go. The driver's plodding over. Is everyone going to make it over the line? I believe so. Well, Charles Leclerc, you might need to get a move on, sir, but I think you're going to be okay. Who's looking good? Max Verstappen, 26.3, is 1/10 slower than Charles Leclerc. So maybe this strategy is not going to work. Maybe the tyres are not going to be up to temperature, everyone. Maybe the tyres are not going to be up to temp. Ooh, and some people are getting slipstream. Charles Leclerc does a fast 2 out of anyone. Charles Leclerc could be in the pound seats here, because he can set another lap if he wants. If he wants to set another fast lap, he can do it. Or he could set a yellow flag. Could set a safety car. So Charles Leclerc is provisionally fastest, and I think he might be improving. Let's see. Yes, he does. He goes 3/10 quicker. Wow. So there is pace to be found here. Charles Leclerc now is provisionally fastest with a 1:32.7, and we'll see if he's going to continue. Here comes Max Verstappen, and I don't think... Oh, it's going to be close, you know. It could be close here. No, it's not. Verstappen is nowhere. It could be close with Carlos Sainz. Verstappen is nowhere. He's had a terrible Sector 2. Verstappen is not going to improve on this lap. In fact, he boxes. Terrible lap for Verstappen. He's boxed. Really bad news. He could be vulnerable here. He could be really vulnerable. So Fernando Alonso, a 33.5. Final lap times coming in. Carlos Sainz, 32.7. So he's P2, but he'll get the grid drop. What about Logan Sargent? He's currently P8. He goes out to P4. Get your Eagles out. What about Valtteri Bottas, P9 up to P5? No one's overtaken Verstappen yet. What about George Russell? It was P8. Goes up to P4. 3 more left. Here comes Alex Albon. Alex Albon stays in P5. Fast X3. Pierre Gasly, what can you do? He goes up to P5. And Kevin Magnussen is not, I believe, on a fast lap. So there we go. Charles Leclerc doesn't need to do anything else. So in the end, what happened there with Max Verstappen? And goodness me, everything chopped and changed there. Very, very, very close. I want to run through the standings here so we're crystal clear. And I wonder if we're going to see any impeding penalties. But so we've got Charles Leclerc is going to start the first Las Vegas Grand Prix on pole position with a lightning quick 132.726 lap time. Great job from Charles Leclerc. He's looked really on it all through qualifying. Now, Carlos Sainz, the man who they needed to rebuild the car because of the incident that caused the cancellation of the rest of FP1 and the 5-hour delay to FP2, has qualified second provisionally, just 0.05 of a second slower than his teammate Charles Leclerc, but he will have a 10-place grid drop penalty. Now, that's terrible news for Carlos Sainz. The Ferrari mechanics are absolutely delighted, by the way. I feel like they've been under the cosh here, and they've really pulled it out. So Carlos Sainz is going to start down in P12, which is going to be very interesting for the race. I'll be fuming right now from Carlos Sainz. Max Verstappen aborted his last lap. He pitted. He was not going to improve. And he's got a 133.1, so he is 0.4 or 0.3 really. No, it's not 0.4 slower than Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz. So something went wrong there for Max Verstappen. Now, he was vulnerable. How vulnerable? Very vulnerable, because George Russell, sweaty boy George, finished in P4, and George Russell was just 100th slower than Max Verstappen. So Russell was very close to finishing ahead of Max Verstappen there. Pierre Gasly in the Alpine. Incredible that one Alpine down in P17 and one in P5. But I'd be amazed if Esteban Ocon isn't trying to submit some sort of impeding things as Charles Leclerc gets out of the car, taps it, pump of the hand there, another pump of the hand and a thumbs up. Looking really nice in the red and white. Looking really relaxed as well. Is it the start of the villain arc? He looks focused. I think his message will be that this is all about tomorrow. He's up on the sphere as well. Alex Albon did the fastest Sector 3 out of anybody. And you can see Sector 3 is pretty much all of that low downforce, high speed sector. And he did a 133.3, just 1/10 slower than Pierre Gasly. And Logan Sargent qualified just 2/10 slower than Alex Albon. 2/10 slower. Pump, that's a penalty. Nice niche reference there. I like that reference. And Valtteri Bottas in P8, Kevin Magnussen P9, and Fernando Alonso in P10. But it's worth saying that the gap between Logan Sargent in P7 and Fernando Alonso in P10 was 0.04 of a second. So basically half a tenth. It was really nothing. I'm looking at the fans here. Do they look impressed? They're yawning. A lot of fans yawning. They're looking at their watch. It's very late. It's very late here in Las Vegas. I don't know if anyone watching is from Las Vegas. Remiflay and Coley says Mercedes is really finding pace out of that tractor. Well, not for Lewis Hamilton, but yeah, how did... I mean, so many different kind of, very weird, isn't it? Very weird. Pup says it could well be a Ferrari win. Alden, welcome to Legend, by the way, chat. Editor Alden in the house, welcome to Legend. Can we get some big claps out for Alden? And I want to shout out everyone else, actually. If you've liked, if you've subscribed. And also Gary gifting the membership. Kathleen with the first ever super chat. Ben Martin coming up to Super Legend. And Alden, what incredible support of the stream. No need to do any of that, but absolutely incredible. Alden says I had to. Max Verstappen, so we'll start P2. He looks very relaxed. He's giving an interview now. He looks relaxed, but I think if I read between the lines as a psychologist, which I'm not, I wonder if he's a little bit smarting. I think smarting is the right word. Let me know in chat if smarting is a word we need to explain the nuances of. But I feel like Verstappen might be smarting a little bit. Joseph Sapper again. Can't stop this man or lady, or whatever you identify as, with the incredible summaries there. Big Piece, great job. Thanks for providing entertaining audio to accompany my watching through the window at work. I almost feel like I was inside. That's just the Quaker factor. So Hamilton and Alonso will be starting next to each other. Well, yes, because they're going to get bumped up. That'll be P9 and P10 on the grid because of Carlos Sainz. Here comes Carlos Sainz. His hair, frankly, is out of control. You've seen those cartoon characters that their hair's like that and it's on fire? There's a cartoon character like that. I don't know who it is, but that Carlos Sainz's hair right now is genuinely meme-worthy. Like, you have Carlos Sainz's face, and then you have another face worth just of hair. It's like, what the bounce in that? But goodness me! It's like DRS on Carlos Sainz's head. He needs a hairnet. Chap, someone put a picture of that in our Discord. I'm fascinated here by Carlos Sainz's hair. What is this? What is? How has he done that? Why is that? How is there so much at the front? Alden, that's just Quaker, baby. Quaker is the best energy drink. Yeah, Quaker. Forget Prime. Wow. Goodness me. That is a... I think Charles Leclerc was just looking at it like, what is that? What is that? Any investigations received? Snowline say Max is definitely smarting. Jen says Alonso versus Hamilton. Alonso will win. Well, we will see. Arav, Carlos, Harry looks like the Dragon Ball character. What's his name? I don't know. DRS, yes indeed. Welcome to Jill Francombe as well. Tony, glad to find your vlog. Best watch long I've ever seen. Well, I added the word ever there. Paraphrased it, but I agree, Tony. I mean, I agree. Charles Leclerc looks super relaxed. Oh my goodness, that hoodie. I mean, if you do have a $200 voucher, I doubt it will pay for that hoodie, but that is a very nice hoodie. It's a very nice black and white Ferrari. Oh, actually, no. There's some massive logo on the low down. It would look so good without that. George, he was as bold as a baked bean before he had Quaker for breakfast. Yes, indeed. Pup, nice one, Kireth. Enjoyed your watch along. Subbed and look forward to the race. Yes, indeed. I will get that race stream up. Let me know, chat, what you're looking forward to. Anything that you've noticed today. Anything have you noticed today? I'm going to check on what's going on in the Twitter world just to see if there's any... I've got a message on Twitter. Oh, it's from Alden. I'll read it later. Apparently people are saying that the grandstands were almost empty for qualifying. This is what... Okay. Have you guys seen my video when I went to Monaco and I sneaked into the Monaco Grand Prix? Like, I feel like if the grandstands are there empty, you're going to try and sneak in, right? You're going to try and sneak in. Who wouldn't try and sneak in? Obviously I wouldn't. But let me know if you would hypothetically sneak in. Logan Sargent, by the way, P7. That's why I said they couldn't possibly fire him. They couldn't possibly fire him. I'm looking at all the top messages. Checo saying we need to analyse why they finished 4 minutes for everyone else. I mean, what was going on with Sergio Perez? Goodness me, chat. We could have done better strategy. Just stay out there, Sergio, and do some laps. Harry Redknapp, Pognerabak style. Just run around and do some laps, mate. What were they doing? Suzy K says 10 more subs need to hit 68.3. 68.3 is a big milestone. That's the one that all YouTubers really want. Key Mac. I haven't seen the Red Bull varsity jacket. I've seen that one. Great. Who do you think will replace Perez at Red Bull when he gets fired or leaves? Well, I'm going to try some of this Quaker Oats. It's really cold. Can we clip this? I've got to eat it. Look at this Quaker Oats. Can you see it? We're overexposed a little bit. There we go. Can't overexpose Quaker Oats. You see the Quaker Oats? Okay. That's how solid they are. It's now just Quaker concrete. Don't clip that. I can't eat. That's too big for me to eat. Alright, we got to do it because, well, that can't sponsorship. Okay, I'm gonna eat this whole piece of concrete. This is literally glued to the spoon. Look. You could build a house with this. In fact, dare I say, most recent houses in the UK probably are built with this. Okay. Feeling a bit low on energy now. Gonna have some amazing Quaker Oats. Mmm. Mmm. That. Hmm. 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 Hmm.
Okay, understood.
Wow, that was the tastiest thing I've ever had in my life. I don't think I've had anything tastier. Quaker Oats. It will cure your ailments. And cut. Right, let me just check if anyone's under investigation. Because obviously they were the whole thing that came up about Delta time. Let me go to here. Refresh this. I can't believe Carlos Sainz is going to get a 10th-place grid job. I think that's utterly stupid. I think that's really stupid. They need to fix that or have some sort of consent rule. What's my race tomorrow? Karts or Mazdas? My race tomorrow is in karts for this championship. The one I'm trying to win this championship. 3 rounds to go. 3 rounds to go and I'm in the lead of the championship by a few points. If you haven't seen my Mazda MX-5 video, all 3 race footage videos are up now. The last one's my near-death experience, but it's strictly being near to a near-death experience. But that's just too many words, so I just shortened it for the thumbnail. George, were you savouring the incredible flavours? I was savouring it. I didn't want it to end, and it nearly didn't end. The face says they should have used as blood chat. We can't slate our sponsors like this. Breakfast of Champions. That is quite an American thing. Like IndyCar when they win, like here's the milk, here's my Gatorade. When is the race tomorrow? So the race starts 6 AM UK time. So I'll be streaming from 5 UK time. Obviously, if you want to sleep in, you sleep until 6 if you want to see the race live. That's how it's going to work. Ada, the MX-5 driver was completely fine. Like, you've seen my video presumably. So, I spoke to him in real life. I spoke to him before I saw the incident. So I literally spoke to him. I was like, "Oh, what happened?" He's like, "I rolled the car." And I was like, "That sounds pretty bad." He's like, "Yeah, I rolled." I was thinking, "Oh, it probably just went really slowly, like on the tarmac." Like, oh, and you look at it, it's like an apocalypse. Oats for goats was the best comment. Want to be a goat, become an oat. No, don't become an oat. Well, they say you are what you eat. Pop just browse your merch. Yeah, the merch I need to up to date. I need to wear my merch more often. I want to redo the merch. So I have the merch there is you can buy it and it will ship it to you. So I bought my own merch that I used to wear. I don't know why I don't anymore. But it's all printed. I want to get merch that is more minimalistic and just embroidered. So I want to get a merch that's like embroidered logo or maybe a quote or something. So I've got newsletters coming. Has everyone signed up to the Sim.to newsletter? It comes out on Mondays now. We have an editor for that, so I pay an editor to edit that. We've got Sim.to website. There's so many people messing me out coaching and I just can't fulfill it, so I need to work that out. I've got a plan for that. Obviously YouTube, Facebook, Insta, TikTok as sort of content platforms. Twitter I just sort of mess around on. Then we have the Discord. So I pay about, at the moment I pay about £30 a month on the Discord. So that's all like a nice place for people to be. We've got incredible mods in there. What else? I should know the extent to my media, whatever it is. Add Quaker on the merch. I think a Quaker here would look good. Arav, F1 was so lazy and thought to put a pig on the chart and form the track. It does look like a pig from this angle, doesn't it? Does look like a pig. I always wonder if any of the Indy 500 winners are lactose intolerant. Nah, I just got to drink it. George, does the MX-5 Flipper have a problem with this car with its driver error? Well, I don't want to get in trouble, actually. But that was my second ever Mazda race in real life. And he was behind me. Look at the video. So that's just fundamentally a data point. Not saying anything about it, but what spoons? Don't order me my spoons breakfast, because it'll just if I do that, it'll be carnage. Honestly, well, maybe that's getting ahead of myself, but I can see it becoming a memeable thing, and I don't want to waste any food. So I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna get English breakfast. I'm gonna get an extra sausage probably. Rory, that aerial roll was spectacular. Well, did you see in that video that there are planes landing during the race? And if you look, the lap that he crashed, a plane took off on that runway. And he ended up in the airport. I don't think he ended up on the runway, but yeah. Imagine having a race and you end up just crashing into like Heathrow Airport. Major Sparkle says, I thought Hamilton would have a good qualifying. Well, there he is, Sir Lewis Hamilton. I mean, Hamilton said he couldn't get anything out of it. I think it's Sergio Perez that is just... What on earth is going on at Red Bull? Are they deliberately sabotaging him? Snail said, that's one sorry ass-looking racetrack. Well, there have been some comments that effect. Nikki! Right, tomorrow, 5 AM start, Nikki. Nikki's tomorrow. Chat, can someone call Nikki at 5 AM to make sure they're awake for this? Isabel's taking a nap. Don't blame me, Isabel Paflug. But yeah, just to run through again. Charles Leclerc P1, Carlos Sainz is taking a penalty, so it's Verstappen P2, Russell P3, Gasly P4. What can the Alpines do here? I just wonder if we're going to go a bit into the unknown. I mean, in a way, it would have been nice, not nice, but given that FP2 didn't happen in front of fans anyway, if there'd been no 90-minute FP2, there'd be even less data for the teams. And that's what is actually quite interesting about Sprint. Although we saw at Sao Paulo where Mercedes got it fundamentally wrong. Pup, add a Quaker quote to the merch, or just Quaker simple. Quaker quotes. Oh, so simple. I'm still eating it, to be honest. Alden can feel another Verstappen win. Cold tyres. Think about this. The formation lap, tomorrow, you're gonna have Verstappen and Charles Leclerc in front row. They're gonna do their formation lap. They're gonna try and want the tyres. They're gonna get to their grid slots. They're gonna have to wait about 30 seconds for Piastri and Tsunoda to get in their grid slots. So their tyres are going to be cool. And it could be a sandwich. I just got funny... was it Singapore 2016? I've just got funny, like, pincer movement feelings about this one in turn one. I just feel like it's going to... I just got a bad feeling about it. I think there's going to be comings together. Add a hash brown. I actually don't like hash browns. I'm not, like, anti-hash brown. If you give me a hash brown, I'll eat it. But I'm not going to pay extra for hash brown. That makes sense. That's where I am on the hash brown appreciation level. Even at McDonald's hash brown, I'm like, not that bothered by it. George, I think with Perez, people always bang on how he's kind of his tyres. Yeah, maybe he's just not aggressive enough. He's too kind. Rory says this little Tifosi is a happy little chap. Happy little Tifosi there. Wait, where did Lando qualify? You got to look down the leaderboard. You got to look down. Prism says, I think that Red Bull deliberately got Perez out. Yeah, P16 for Lando. Goodness me, we've had a lot of people who haven't done well. Danica Patrick here and Jensen Button, those two get on like a house on fire. Don't they? I'm on board here with Logan Sargent. Presumably it's post-qualifying where he's mega happy with his lap. Powered by Duracell. Blue Transam says, first turn is not far off, then to S. Yeah, I know, it's going to be a real... If you go 3-4 wide, it ain't going to work, I think. You'll end up... We've seen it this season. We've seen it in Mexico, where 3 wide doesn't work. We've seen it in Qatar in the sprint race. Sergio Perez involved in both. So if you end up in a 3 wide situation, it just doesn't work. The cars are too big. In Formula E, they regularly... I'm not even exaggerating. They regularly go 3 wide because the cars are quite a lot smaller, and also they just don't care as much, I think. But in Formula 1, everything is a bit more exposed. And, yeah, 3 wide just doesn't really work. Nicky feels bad for Sainz. Vignesh Srinivasan was Mr. or Mrs. I don't know. 68-300, the big one. The one that all content creators crave. Once you've hit 68.3, the only way is up, frankly. Welcome to Paolo Riam, A Silver. George says, turn 1 chaos incoming. Zach, probably the best shake-up from a quali since week 3. What was week 3? Australia. Is Australia even the first Grand Prix anymore? Australia, Bahrain. Is it Saudi? Rory Danica Patrick is such an awesome NASCAR driver. Faster than you, Rory. Nick, they don't care in Formula E because they got like 5 of the same car. Well, it's all a spec chassis, but they actually, in Formula E, they share spare chassis. So when I was at Rome for Formula E and they just all crashed into each other, they actually were running out of spare chassis. And I don't know how they allocated it. It's Australia. Arab says, I want to see Sar Goat win Las Vegas. It would be very funny if he defends against Sid the Sloth. Who's Sid the Sloth? Zach, over under 5 laps for Verstappen to... So, what do we think? I just think the Ferraris might have this. Well, not the Ferrari. Carlos Sainz. Can you imagine a front row Ferrari 1-2 off the grid at Vegas? Allegedly, my lawyers have informed me that allegedly Mercedes are the reason why Carlos Sainz is essentially starting down in P12. There he is, Mr. Carlos Sainz. Chat, by the way, do we like the footage? Obviously, I can't do this at every race because I haven't been to every race, but do we like the footage or do you like the gameplay? What do we think? What do we like? Why have I got such a big scratch? How have I scratched myself so badly? Verstappen is Sid, okay. Sainz shouldn't have got the penalty. I don't think he should have got a penalty for that. George, I'm not sure you've had a proper hash brown. McDonald's should not be the yardstick. I don't know where is the yardstick there. He looks well like Sid. Is that Sid from Toy Story? Seb says, how many will be out in the first lap? I'd be very surprised if someone isn't pitting at the end of the first lap for a new front wing. Rory loves footage. Nick, your footage should be what's on the sphere. Maybe we could put the sphere then, pretend it's up there. Alex Howard giving an interview with his media lady. Nana Bikoe likes the footage, it's better. All the drivers are in the media pen right now. Alex Albon, P6 in the Williams. What do you do if you're Alex... Okay, chat. What do you do if you're Alex Albon, okay, and Aston Martin make you an offer to drive for Aston Martin next season? What do you do if you're Alex Albon? Do you stick with Williams or do you twist? I want to hear from you.
Williams is supported by My Protein when Quaker also has 12 grams of protein per pot. Chat, what do we think? I'm just going to chill a little bit until I get really hungry and I have to go to Weatherspoons. Just delaying going to Weatherspoons. It is 6... Was it 6:30 for breakfast? Chat, what do we think about my proposition there? What do we think? If you're Alex Albon and Aston Martin give you an offer to drive for them, do you do it? Or do you not?
Radio check, please, Lando.
Oh, while I'm doing that, let me schedule the thing for tomorrow.
Yeah, radio check.
Probably should do this earlier, but
Track should be great.
I just live a very last minute life. Frank Kieran missed the action. Does Don Carlos still have the 10 grid penalty? Yes, he does, unfortunately. Imagine if he got pole. Yeah, Carlos got a 10 place grid penalty. Well, if I was Albon, I'd grab it with both hands and hold tight with the death grip. Arav, Alex, yeah, sure. Alden, really hard to say, probably stay and bring... That's what I'm thinking. Do you stay with Williams? A bit like... You know, Schumacher going to Ferrari is not really... Well, I mean, we need to be racing from Formula 1. What? Sharkin says, take it, foot in that door. But what if Papa Stroll sells Aston Martin? I mean, he's already... Didn't he sell some shares in Aston Martin the other day? Like, if Papa Stroll loses interest, I mean... You know... That team as Force India were always pretty cash-strapped. You know? So, Bob Badgers, take it. Williams aren't going nowhere. Paul, does it look like a sheep? You're the first person to say sheep. Oh, this is going to be so painful. Las Vegas GP race watch on with commentary. Welcome to F1 Las Vegas GP live stream at Las Vegas, Nevada. This is going to be so painful. Blah, 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 and then I'll do all that stuff later. Just want to get this up. Go. Oh, what do we think about the thumbnail, by the way, chat? Chat, did we like the thumbnail today? Chat, did we like the thumbnail? Why are we looking at map of Brazil? Just, it's a very good point and one that I don't have the answer to. Radio Comblake, I'm afraid. Assuming. Oh, what's going on here? Papa Stroll. Fafter says grass isn't always greener. Yeah, I would stay. I mean, you know a lot more about where you are. The grass, for anyone who's you know taken up opportunities to move stuff, the grass is not always greener, I have to say. I have a bit of an issue. I can't change my picture. Ah, that's why. That's why. Ah. I don't know what to do. Thumbs up for thumbnail. Wait till you see this next one. Wait till you see this next one. Hang on, I need to do something. I need to do something. Bear with me. Oh, how do I do this? Okay. Wait till you see this one. Chat, I'm not even exaggerating. When you see this... Woo. I'll send it to Alden on Twitter because I can download it. There we go. Wait till you see this.
Oh my goodness. I created this, by the way. Just in case anyone doubts it, I created this. Honestly, this is genuinely even worth the hype. If you like the one today, just download, literally just download it. Why is it a JPEG large file? What the hell is a... Ah. Okay, I might have converted it. If I've converted this by just renaming it, I just... Technical wizard. Yes! Yes! Okay. Don't insert any adverts. And... What time are we going live tomorrow? 5 AM. What do we do this to myself? Right. Chat, if you thought today... I want to get your reaction. Check out the thumbnail to the stream for tomorrow. I've just uploaded. I want to get your views on that one because if you guys like it, I'll keep it in that style. I'll keep it in that style. Tell me what you think. Give me your sweat. If you want to slate it, slate it. Today has been a decent stream. We had 20,000 views on the stream, which is pretty good for qualifying. It's almost exactly what we've had for the last few, if I remember. And we peaked at 1,600 concurrent views, which is very good for a qualifier. I mean, it's a very good stream for us, which hopefully bodes well for the race tomorrow. And I'm trying to finalize some... I'm in the process of finalizing some things that are going to be very exciting. So, including race visits next year and race watchalongs next year, but with a lot of access. So I can't say anything more, but finalizing some stuff, just working out the details. I'm very excited about. So we'll be able to go to places and stream from there and things like that. So, and also when the season's over, what I'll do is I'll package everything we've done this season into a deck or something, and I'll just say, look, this is what we've done, and do you want your championship, do you want me to stream your championship, so whatever it is, like, I don't know, touring cars or IndyCar, whatever, and if so, can you provide these things? And these are the things that I'll ask to provide, not money, although I probably will ask for money, but other things that are more important, like access and data and stuff like that. So that's the plan. That's the plan. And then also for the F1 off season to completely revamp this. Chat, give me your feedback. We've got 400 people of the hardcore fans. What do we think can improve on this? Jason, I live in Nevada and I went to the race in Qatar, including hotel, airfare and rental car for less than a single ticket cost Las Vegas. Smart. Very smart, Jason Wheeler. Raphael, if my bet hit, I don't know what your bet was, my friends. George says he will definitely sell, but that will free up the team. I think Papa Stroll is a micromanager. Well, we'll see. Welcome, Maris, as well. Do you know Stroll's theme song? I don't know what Baby Shark is. Share the stream, people. Maybe share the stream tomorrow, or share the stream for tomorrow. Yolanda likes the thumbnail. Nikki likes it. Snowline, the thumbnails for his channel are always nice. Very good to hear. Sometimes they're too nice, I think. So if you see my video... So there's so many F1 videos this week. I promised you that I was going to do some F1 videos. So I did them. And the one that I did for We Look Like Clowns, I think was honestly just too nice a thumbnail. It's just... It's too complicated. Whereas the one I did that was just unacceptable. It's not as nice, but it's more simpler. So you can have a thumbnail that's too nice. Did Perez get a penalty? Why would Perez get a penalty? Well, actually, there was a lot of blocking. Let me just double check. There was a lot of impedance. Let me double check on the old hashtag. Apparently, Esteban Ocon overtook Max before Verstappen overtook Ocon again, so maybe that's why. George, touring cars to be epic. Julie, thanks from a usually London-based Charles fan on holiday in Future Ventura. Very nice. In the Canaries, that's where I was racing a few weeks ago. Very happy to live in London. Glad that we've helped Julie. Hope the weather is good in Future Ventura. Fafnir, I think approaching a series as a media partner is a great idea. We'd love some I'd love to do WRC. I think the thing is, right, when I go... So I'm not really in F1 circles. I'm not in F1 circles at all. I'm not even in the influence circles. There's a circle of influencers who, you know, are kind of in with F1 and will go to all the races and do some Instagram posts of like the hospitality and everything. So I'm not in those circles. But I do feel like when we go, I feel like I work really hard. When I go to events, I work really hard. I am non-stop with my GoPros, equipment, microphones, grid walks, track walks, interviewing, trying to get as much content as possible that we can do stuff with later. This on the left-hand side is an example. Like, this is all B-roll that I shot at the time. And obviously the whole track walk and everything. And it comes back now to so use that's my I own that footage. That's mine. That's not stock footage. I went out and shot that. So I feel like the more opportunities we get, I'm still just so hungry. And that's because we're really small. The question is, as you become bigger, do you become less hungry? As you become bigger and your videos get more views and you earn more money from the advertising, are you therefore less incentivized to make creative videos or push really hard? I don't know, because I'm not at that point. But right now, whenever I go somewhere, it's like when I went to the F1 arcade on the opening night, which I would say is the only thing I've done where I've been in the circles. So I was there with Crofty from F1 and Mika Hakkinen and David Coulthard and all these people and all the usual influencer crowd. I was the only person there recording a vlog, and that is the most watched video on the F1 arcade in London. And that's a great example of like, when I go somewhere, I'll just work. So I hope that marrying that with the access will just be awesome. Did they get the manhole cover stuff sorted out? Well, yes, it hasn't popped up again, which is, if you look, excuse the pun, that was a bit like a George Rogers quote. Ben Martin, new member, thumb for tomorrow, even better. The brightness around the cars being across the whole image, right just the left side, makes it even more eye-catching. Love it. Glad to hear, Ben. Glad to hear. I want to give the vibe in the thumbnail of like, this is the emotion. When you join the stream, this is the emotion. It's exciting. There's stuff happening. There's standings. It's all about the times and the cars and who's on the move. And if you look at the standings, I did some interesting standings there. How do my standings on that thumbnail? How do they relate to qualifying? 'Cause didn't I put Logan Sargent right up there? I think I put Alonso in P1 though. Fafnir might be a struggle since WRC barely want to cover WRC these days. Will we get in touch with them? I got my WRC wheel. George says the problem was water valve covers. They took the access caps off and filled with sand and tarmac. So hopefully no water issue. Yeah, have they just screwed up the water? I like the Las Vegas residents just drinking like sand out of their taps. Is it one of those situations where you fix the frogs by just having a load of snakes? I don't know. I do not know. Rory, this weekend is full of spectacular highlights. I will switch over after this to what start. Maybe we should stream the Starship. Maybe we should stream the Starship launch. I do like streaming when there's like a massive cut. Oh, why am I so slow? We're back. I do like streaming massive events. I like streaming massive events. Probably Leclerc will win by the pace he's showing quality. Well, it's difficult to say because you haven't seen any on the medium tyre here. or what the deg is, but maybe there'll be pretty much no deg because it'll just be so cold. I don't know. Paul's backing George Russell for the win. Ooh, I'll tell you, a lot of the drivers will want to be the first driver to win in Las Vegas. And I bet the party will be good. I actually feel like Las Vegas should be the last Grand Prix of the year. Chat. What do we think? I feel like Las Vegas should be the last Grand Prix of the year. And it finishes on a Saturday night so everyone could just go berserk. What do we think about that? I think start the season at Monaco and finish in Las Vegas. Spoons then Starship. Yeah, maybe they'll have it live in the Spoon. They show really weird stuff in Wetherspoons. I remember watching a lot of the Oscar Pistorius trial from Wetherspoons. Like on a daily basis. Drax says we need this track. Am I misremembering, or has Gran Turismo had a Las Vegas drag strip before? Rory says it might be a bit of a gamble. I see what you've done there, Rory. I see what you've done. I think the price of the price are pretty. How bad can they? How worse can they get? Can they get any worse? Really? Jason, going out on a limb here, Verstappen is the first winner. We will see if it will be Max V. And the winner puts everything. Yeah. But they could do it like the Indy 500. So you do it, and then you drive your car into one of the casinos, and all the interviews are done like in a casino. Like imagine driving up the Bellagio. You know it goes up the Bellagio. So can you see my mouse? You can't see my mouse. The Bellagio is that dark bit on the top left where there's nothing. That's because it's the lake, whatever it is, pond. I don't know, they call it a pond. Imagine driving up there and then driving into the Bellagio foyer, and it's also and then doing some burnouts in there. Oh, is the stream lagging again? Chat, the stream's lagging because it's. Oh, I know exactly what's happened. I know exactly what's happened. I know exactly what's happened. It's my OneDrive. Chat, it's my OneDrive. I paused it for 2 hours, didn't I? I paused it for 2 hours. It's uploading some sort of file. It's like, screw you trying to stream. We're back. Funky's here. Funky's absolutely on it. Sound good view. That's interesting that the sound stays. Turns to a bit of a radio show. Right, chat. Maybe the lag was a message like you need to go to Wetherspoons and have your breakfast. I'll take a photo and I'll put it in the stream. We did generate 1.01 pounds of chat revenue. So I'm going to get an extra sausage. I'm going to treat myself. Extra sausage on you guys. Stream we should be back, but I think we're gonna. Oh, the concurrence of only the hardcore. Maybe the stream has gone. Oh, it has gone. It's gone. Okay, I will end it. What's going on, chat? What's up? We back. Shacking it when I had to come knack. We've been battered here. Right, I have to do a bit of chat. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to set everything up overnight. Okay. And get it ready because I'm going to wake up like 4:55. I'm going to wake up 4:50, have a shower. And honestly, I'll be here like... I normally sit here like 10 seconds before the streams do start. It's literally like a Formula 1 pit stop. I'm not someone that's sitting here like an hour before like, oh, I've got to get ready. I'm up here as late as possible. Right, we're back, but we're going to go. We're going to go, chat. We're going to go. So it's been an awesome stream. I really enjoyed it. It feels like... Because we did 3 in a row. We did 3 in a row. Qatar... No, it wasn't Qatar, was it? What was it? Sao Paulo... Austin, Sao Paulo, Mexico. 3 in a row. And then it feels like I've been out of it for a long time. So... Oh, shoot, I've got to change the tyres on my car as well. It's a busy day for me. Yeah, everyone, let's have breakfast. Gentlemen, to breakfast. Ladies and gentlemen, to breakfast, please. And if you're back tomorrow for the start of the stream, you get a badge. You get a badge, like hardcore badge. But yeah, a lot of stuff coming up on the channel. Do make sure to, if you leave a like on the stream coming up, I think it just boosts it. And so much content this week. If you haven't seen any of the F1 content, just go on my homepage and look at the recent videos, and also my most recent Mazda race is there as well. But I'm going to end this stream here. It's been a lot of fun to have. I've genuinely really enjoyed it. It's been really cool. And I've woken up early. So, I'm doing the sound. But there we go, everyone. I will see you all tomorrow, hopefully. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Thank you. What do I do here? End it. End it. How do I end it? Oh, hang on a second. Hang on. Now I've got my thumb up. Hang on. How do I actually... Oh, I'm just such a bad... I'm going to be so bad at streaming. There we go. Ending it. See you next time.